All right, Sean, we're getting ready to start this dad cast. We're pretty sexy people, so you know, deal with it.
So
Love you
link in the
guys.
bio.
Yeah,
No,
that's
just
it.
kidding.
All
Make sure
right.
if you guys aren't following the dad cast, you go over there, say what's up. Ranger, can we get a shout out for the dad cast?
Six. Dad Club Gaming
Yeah, it's also building characters, what our podcast is actually called.
podcast. It's what it actually is.
A vodcast. But we need to convert this to audio for real.
Yeah, just have it as an audio and upload them. That would be decent. It definitely would be a better use case, right, for people who are
Like
just
driving.
driving and just listening.
So like Joey, Fallen, Hardcore, and like 5 or 6 others say that they have my stream up in the background while they're driving.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Somebody posted. I was like, dude, you're going 90 miles an hour on snow.
That's funny. So let's jump right into it, right? Welcome to episode 4 of Building Character with your host, Black Hack 2K. Give a little wave.
Hi. Hi.
Caesar RE. And our special guest of the week, Dustin Jacobs.
How you doing?
So Dustin has been watching. He was one of our first in the sign up sheet. And Dustin has been in my stream all the time. And it's been awesome to have Dustin in my stream. He's been in Blackstream even more because I met Dustin through Blackstream. And it's been great. Dustin, tell the chat a little bit about yourself.
So I live in Texas, San Antonio. I married, have 2 kids, 12 and 10. I have a 12-year-old son and a 10-year-old daughter. We've been married we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary. So yeah, I mean, I'm Nice Guy Gaming. A lot of people know me of Nice Guy Gaming. So yeah,
And
anything else, Josh?
I have your Twitch handle up on the stream as Nice Guy Gaming 16. That's accurate,
Yep.
right?
Yep, that's it. That's me.
It's always hard to get like those names that you want, right? I couldn't believe I got Dad Club Gaming. It was like some of
So,
the other
like,
ones were taken, but this one wasn't.
We were just having a conversation before you got in here because I was like, you have to be specific which nice guy because I have 2. I have
Yeah.
actual Nice Guy Gaming and then I have Nice Guy Gaming 16.
So you have actual Nice Guy Gaming in your chat, and you can't get him to give Dustin his handle,
Dude,
bro.
$50.
I don't know
Right
what
here.
I would
Like,
do.
You can't just tell him, hey, buddy, you can have an underscore. Just give me it without the underscore.
Like, I was convinced that the 16 was the imposter. I was
It
convinced.
happens a lot. I remember this conversation the other day. You were like, Dustin, say something. And I was like, what's up? And he's like, that's the real one. But yeah, it's
I had to. I didn't know which one was who.
it works out kind of nice though, because growing up, any sports I played, I was 16. Lucky number 16. So I mean, I kind of want just the Nice Guy Gaming, but it kind of works out.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Dustin, if you want, you can have the stream. If you don't have the stream up, you can have the stream up on another screen or something so you can see chat. Ethan's out there saying, what's up?
Hey, Ethan, how you doing?
How you doing? And he didn't think you'd look like that. So that seems like the running theme for everybody that everybody games with.
A lot of people, yeah.
We're like, yeah. Honestly, I thought the same thing, but I thought it a couple weeks ago when you sent me the trailer that Black made. I was like, oh, okay, I can put a face to the voice.
Yeah, it's always nice to put a face to the voice.
Yeah, you can figure it out.
Yep.
That's why most streamers should have their camera on, because most people are looking for that, right? Trying to figure out who they're talking to.
I do find there's certain games that the camera-less kind of adds.
Oh, yeah.
Like, anything PvE or anything role play that you're in that character, it kind of seems like it adds another depth to it. But
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was cameraless for a little while I was renovating and moving. What do you have?
Weird.
You grab multiple things there? You
Any
really need
chests?
2? Do I need 2?
I
I
guess
don't
if
know.
one.
I don't know if I don't like this one.
Oh, okay, okay.
The wife got like a big old mixture of everything, and I was just like, you know what? Just send me one. She
Hmm.
sent me two.
Gotta love
So,
it.
um, I know I've been playing with Dustin ever since he started coming into my chat. It's been fun. I know Dustin, you play a bunch of different games, but I appreciate you sacrificing and always playing Fortnite when I want to play Fortnite, which is always
I think any gamer, I mean, just like being an athlete, you gotta have
a little bit of everything.
yeah.
See, I think we keep hitting like athleticism and stuff because he hinted that that was his like lucky number, like his
Hmm.
jersey number, I assume.
Yeah.
So like, what was your jersey number, Caesar?
Oh, I was 13, man.
Dude,
13.
you wanna know what I was?
What were you?
Tell us.
95.
95? What
I
sport did
always
you?
Lineman.
wanted 95.
What sport did
Lineman?
you play?
I played basketball and football.
They let you
Okay.
put 95 on a basketball jersey?
I did. I still have it. I
I'll
have
tell
all
you
my
right now.
jerseys.
So growing up, right? Growing up, I had a number of different numbers. I played baseball since I was 5. Um, some people might already know this, but I was a big Jeter fan, so I wore 2 pretty much all the time. Then I wore 4 for a little bit. I wore 24, Ken Griffey Jr., right? Um, Basically, I landed on 13 because of freshman year when I got assigned 13 from the baseball team. Um, I was 12 in basketball, but 13 in baseball, and I pretty much rolled with 13. And I don't think basketball there was a number 13. Like we just didn't have a 13 jersey, so I had to wear 12. But yeah, not as good as my brother. That's what one of the people in chat said.
Mhm.
Derek Carroll, another member of Dad Club Gaming. But yeah, so 95, huh? You couldn't go with the normal number like me or Dustin?
I dude, like the thing is like all these numbers, like everyone's got their number, and everyone was fighting over 23 at the time because I was young,
Sure.
and like everyone's like, oh, I want this, I want that, and like I was like, you know what? I just don't give a shit. Give me 95. Like,
That I mean, there's a science to that. I mean, you got the popular numbers, and then you go, if I want a consistent number,
Yeah, you go with something wild.
I never had a problem getting
What, so
95.
so what about you, Dustin? What sports did you get involved with?
I ran track and field, and then I played football.
Okay, so you didn't need a number for track and field, right?
No,
Yeah, yeah. So
they'd
you
give
get
me a different one every track meet we went to.
sure. So what? High school football?
I made the team every year. I keep trying to. My son's at that difficult age, and he's going through the same journey that I went through.
Yeah.
And I would make the team every year, and then my mom would make me quit because my grades weren't good enough.
Ah.
So
So that number though, I was just thinking. I think in high school football, there's not that many limitations on what range of numbers can be what position, right? Like there are
not
in
really.
in
College and
they
pros
start to
are
do that,
basically,
right?
yeah,
What
yeah.
position?
I was a punt returner, kick returner,
Oh, nice.
and a running back.
I guess that makes sense considering ran track and field,
Yeah,
right? Black, how good were you at basketball? Just ask that question, You're muted.
I feel like there's a
Way better than football.
I mean, I didn't
I
I didn't
loved
play it.
basketball. I played all through my high school, and then in high school I had to make a decision if I wanted basketball or golf, and I ended up choosing golf because like I've always had that mentality that like golf will take me further in life.
Sure,
Like, because
absolutely.
I knew like I was good at basketball, but I wasn't like get me into college good. So I
sure.
was like, I am actually really good at golf, so like there might be a potential there. So I put all my attention towards golf there about my sophomore year and was like, fuck it. Went all out and I loved it. But
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I would say you took the approach of like, what am I going to be able to use more long term, right? And that's
yeah.
a tough decision to make sometimes, right? A lot of people
Oh yeah.
really enjoy something else, and you kind of have
But
to.
like looking back, golf was the ultimate choice because being a plant manager where I used to work, I golfed all the time with them big wigs, all the
Sure.
time. And
Oh,
like
it's definitely if you're not making it to a professional level, right? If you don't make it to a
yeah,
professional level, you're basically just having a good time, right?
Yeah.
For a while. You might be able to work a scholarship in and get tuition for free, right? And that's good. But if you don't get anything out of it, you're basically doing it for fun, which is 100% perfectly fine, right?
Yeah.
But some of the sports like golf, you can use past like getting anything out of it, right?
Yeah.
And if you're really good, you can basically turn it into a moneymaker by beating people on the course for money. You know,
Dude,
I
they
do
would
not
always
condone
try
gambling. I
that.
repeat, I do not. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, they would always try that, and like I would like purposely throw because these guys are like quadruple my age.
So you're sandbagging, huh?
Dude, they sign our contracts. Like I was
Mm,
not fucking nothing.
yeah,
But I would win just enough to put into the next, and then that's how I would do it.
nice.
I like
I
it. I
would
like
do
it.
it all the time. Like I still have a bunch of because my work would send me like custom balls and custom tees and divot repair and stuff.
Sure,
And dude, I got a fucking drawer full of it all.
That's great.
nice.
I love it.
But yeah, so back to gaming, Dustin. I know you play a bunch of different games. You want to list any of them out?
I love sports games. I probably own every Madden out there.
So are you any good at Madden, or do you like to
I,
think you are?
I like to think I am.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know if Derek's still out there. I know Derek. I went to high school with Derek, and he is a like multi-year. He joins Madden leagues. So if you're interested,
wow.
link up with him and join those leagues. He plays on PS4.
Absolutely.
And he plays in some Madden leagues with some people from all over. I played in it. I'd win some games, but they do like where you have to draft and you have to recruit, and then you get into the years of, okay, these are no-name people, like these are brand new people, right?
That's awesome.
But then you have free agency and things like that, and it's pretty cool.
That's what I really love about the sports games is they're getting into the franchise side,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like how you would build a
team,
a real roster.
Yeah.
But I play action games. I've tend to notice that Xbox, if we're going consoles, I now have a PC, but if we're going consoles, probably Xbox is more multiplayer and playing with your friends, where PlayStation is more based on storylines. I find like they have the best storylines.
Gotcha.
Games.
As a PlayStation, like I don't want anything to do with PlayStation. I actually have to agree with that.
Rude.
Yeah.
But I have to agree with the storyline. I have to.
I mean, you
Like
can't
Xbox,
top theirs.
Xbox has great storylines. They did Halo amazing, but they had good writers.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, all original, like you're not beating God of War, dude.
No, God of War.
No way.
If you've ever played Detroit is a fantastic game. The game I was playing on the intro, Stranded Death, I think. Like
I want that game.
Dude, it's
awesome. That's Death
Lots
Stranding? Was that Death Stranding?
Yeah, Death
Something
Stranding.
like that. Yeah. The one with Norman Reedus is like the main character, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the storyline in that, I mean, is as much as it's literally just walking, the storyline on it is amazing. Yeah.
If you're into, like, honestly, if you're into Madden, he's actually in the Discord. I don't know how often he's in it, but he's I guess he's. I'll have to look and I'll just chat you his game or his Discord.
Yeah,
and so you can link up if you have the newest Madden and you want to get into that. I know they do it every year. That's what he came in.
Go ahead.
That was his first chat. His first chat was Madden, though. I don't know what he was referring to, but he must be playing right now.
Yeah, I actually got 2 years ago. I got into. There's a company that does mods that since they got rid of college ball, and that was really my. I loved college ball.
I think I have the Robert Griffin one. Was that 2013? Yeah. It's one of the last ones they made, I think.
Yep. But there's actually a company that does mods for any Madden to turn it into college.
Oh, cool.
It's actually really cool.
Yeah. So it turns it, the players and everything?
Yes, they put the roster in there. Granted, they're downloaded rosters, so
sure.
That's kind of how NCAA got away with it for as long as they did.
Mm-hmm.
But it's called College Football Mod. This year's is 2021. They had a 2020 years. They go and rewrite the script for all of Madden to turn different stadiums into Ohio State
Oh,
and
wow.
Oregon,
Cool.
and it's super in depth.
Yeah. And honestly, there's way more stadiums than there are NFL stadiums.
Yeah, exactly. So
Like,
they kind of
literally.
have to pick and choose. Usually it's whatever's popular, so they take the 32 popular teams
Wasn't there
and
something
turn
about
it
it coming back? Wasn't it making a comeback?
I've heard rumors. We can only hope,
Yeah.
but the true college diehard fans, we can only hope. But
Yeah.
with college players being able to be paid now and be part of sponsorships and stuff like that, there's a possibility that it could make a return. So
For sure. Now, are you like a big fan of a certain college?
we love the Oregon Ducks.
Okay, cool.
Anybody who doesn't like the Oregon Ducks, we have room on our bandwagon. So
All right, so you're from Oregon, correct?
yeah.
Originally?
Almost spit. We have room, he says.
He's handling the
Oh, I see
Sorry,
it.
water
It's the
sorry.
stuff.
misses, bro.
Yeah. Well, I left her with the water
There you go.
water salesman, so she
Oh,
was like,
God.
she does terrible with like telling people no.
Uh,
So
Oh,
I'm always
no.
like it's good cop, bad cop. She'll listen to everything and I'll be like, nah,
That's
not
so
gonna
my
happen.
wife. So my wife.
So you're originally from Oregon, right?
Yes. Southern Oregon. I grew up in, if anybody knows it, Medford. It's probably about 5 hours south of Eugene. And I grew up there till I was about 16 and then came over here to Texas.
Nice. So I mean, I'll give you like I'm not switching from my alma mater from a football standpoint,
Mhm.
but Oregon by far has the best uniforms there are.
Uniforms.
Like I think in all of sports, not just college football,
Absolutely.
right? Like all of sports. Like I don't know if it's the colors, I don't know if it's the fact that they have that Nike tie-in, right? Like
It's Phil Knight.
yeah, it's
It's
just
100% Phil Knight.
it's fantastic.
Yep.
If only that won you like games, looking good.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Like the big ones, they get close a lot of the time. They're always in it.
Yep. That's it's tough being a fan because they are always in it. They're always close, but they never seem to get there.
Sure.
But
So you're in Texas now, and I know
Mhm.
you've told me in the past what you do, but you want to tell the people like kind of what you're doing now in Texas and how you got there and anything?
So my mom moved me here at 16 years old. I hated Texas.
Mm.
Texas was terrible. All my friends were back in Oregon and, all that. But, when I finally gave it a chance, there is so much to do here. The opportunities are endless. I came down, got a couple jobs. I ended up going to work for Spectrum. That's what I do now. I'm a dispatcher for Spectrum. So
Oh, wow.
if y'all have any PC or internet issues or anything like that, just hit me up in the Discord. I'm always down to help.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to Dustin and Ari the one night about, hey, what kind of decision should I make here, right? Because I have Verizon, but it was like basically router stuff, and they were basically like, yeah, Ari would send a router, and then Dustin would confirm, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's pretty much what it was.
It was nice.
But I was
yeah.
also a field tech, so if you guys need any, like I was telling C's, he was asking, best
Placement.
internet coverage.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
be able
I turn my Wi-Fi off my phone all the time throughout my house. Like I'm like, I'll just use LTE because it's not working here.
Yeah.
So actually, I just called about a house in Ohio today.
Mhm.
To relocate, and
Uh-oh.
my first question, what's your internet coverage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she went, I've been getting this question a lot.
It's like, yeah, because everybody's working from home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
and she knew all the answers. I said, I just worried about your up. I really don't care what the down is. I just need the up. And
See,
she was
and
like,
usually
People
Yeah,
care
it's the
about the
opposite.
other
down.
normal customer, it's
Yeah.
it's the opposite. They don't
And
care about the up.
and she said, it's 10. I said, thank you. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
And she was like, as soon as she went, it's 10. I think she knew. Like,
Yeah.
seriously. Like, I think it's happening that much. Like, I was like, damn. Like,
Now, this was
she's about to tell me something
was
bad.
this the realtor or was this the owner?
Rental.
Okay.
So owner of the house.
Owner of the house who's going to be renting.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And she was like, it's she gave that big sigh. She said it's 10. And then she went ahead and was like, but there are things for upgrade. You can get 100. It's 197 a month. And I'm like,
That's a lot.
I
Yeah.
pay 69
No, I pay
for a gig up
65
in
for
a
a
gig
gig.
town.
Yeah, me too. I'm not paying $200 just to upgrade to 100.
Yeah, like, dude. Like, but I would be fine with 100. 100 would suit me fine if it's stable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But
That's
and that's another thing. 10 would suit me fine if it's stable. But
that's
the problem is no one's focusing on upload.
yeah.
Like, no one.
I think the biggest thing I learned as being a field tech is like people don't realize how much, Caesar, you with 1,000 upload, 1,000 download. Like when I first joined Spectrum, it was Time Warner back in the day, but when I first joined Time Warner, I had 35 and I could still game. I could still, conference call and stuff like that, but people don't realize how much that is. But when you're advertised it, when we went to 300 here in San Antonio, like everybody be like, I'm not getting 300. And I'm like, you don't realize you're getting 250. You're fine. You don't even game. You check emails. Like you're good.
Oh, they definitely. I feel like there's throttling or something, right? Like
There can be.
why is it so behind? Why
Well,
why was the 50 or whatever we got before seem to be working just as good as my 1,000 now, right? Like it's very interesting.
A lot of it's infrastructure. So a lot like Time Warner is coax cable. We're slowly changing to fiber, but that's a big investment.
Sure.
Yeah, dude.
We've been hearing rumors for years, probably about 10 years here in San Antonio, that Google Fiber is coming and they're starting to pop up. But apparently there was, they were purchasing the fiber lines from the city and that didn't go through and stuff like that. So, I mean, part of it's infrastructure, part of it is absolute usage. I mean, you went from having most people would have 10 years ago a computer that plugged in hardline to every single device. Bluetooth has internet now. Like everything has internet.
For sure.
So
our week 2 guest Hoy, he said just wait till 5G ultra brand or ultra wideband starts scaling more. 1,000 up and down wirelessly.
So I actually get 5G on my Note because I'm close to Springfield, and I get speeds of like 600, 800 sometimes on 5G.
That's crazy.
And that's on my Note Ultra.
That is
and
insane.
It was wild to see those numbers on my phone.
Yeah.
And like if you do a speed test on my iPhone 12 versus my 20 Ultra, just on the Wi-Fi, I can get a steady 900, 950 on my iPhone. It's like 200, 300.
Yeah.
That's just the antenna's capability.
So it's always interesting to me, right? Like, have you ever given it thought? Can you disconnect? Could you disconnect completely? Like, obviously, Black, you're not right now because that's what you're doing is your job, right? But
I mean, yeah.
Let's say your job was what you're doing, but through a company. right? Where they're paying for your 9 to 5 of doing what you're
Yeah.
doing, right? Let's just put it in that hypothetical. Could you disconnect outside of everything else, right? Like, I think about it and I'm like, I hope I can, right? Like, but would I be able to? You know?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
technology is everything right now, but let's just say electricity goes out and there's no internet, there's none of that going on. Would you
World
be able
War
to do
III.
that anymore? Like, we weren't
See,
doing that when we're all around the same age,
mm,
right? We weren't
Yeah.
doing that when we were teenagers. Like, it was right around that time that you started to get real, like, 2K. We were around for 2K.
Yep.
And thanks for the host, Tim. Right around the Y2K. You remember the computer your parents or you had, like, in the Y2K, if you
oh
even
yeah,
had one? Like,
oh yeah.
Oh,
the
dude, dial up. That
oh
stuff
yeah,
still
yeah.
Boys,
still
SG.
irks my dreams.
So when me and my wife got in that argument like a month or so back,
Mm.
and I was gone for 3 days from streaming, that's what I did. Is I fully disconnected. I
Mm.
didn't turn on my PC that first day at all. She didn't touch her phone all day. I didn't touch my phone all day. I was completely ghosted. And like, I think it's easier for me to do that than Caesar because his job is demanding that. My job demands it, but I'm saying I demand it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
like
mean,
that's
so
the difference, I think. And but I see where Caesar was going with other than your job, could you disconnect? I think yes, and I think you can both ways.
I
I'm looking
think
So
it
at.
would
Go ahead, Dustin.
it would I think it would depend on necessity.
Mm.
yeah,
Like,
obviously, 'cause we're not
something
gonna like
happens where internet goes down or something like that.
yeah,
Absolutely. Power goes out, you go light candles. Like, that's what you
yeah.
Sure,
do.
sure.
So I think it's necessity. I mean, if something happened where, we all uproot the government or something like that. I don't want to talk about government or whatever, but
Oh yeah, we don't talk about that here. We don't talk
I
about that.
think
Riles up
it's
too many
it's
people.
possible, but it's just it's ingrained in us now. I mean, you
It was
go,
the best time I've had with my wife in a long time.
I
I
mean,
bet.
I'll be honest. Like,
There
I
was
I think
nothing
about
to
it quite a
occupy
bit.
our
Like,
time.
just going into Facebook, going into Twitter, the Instagram. Now, thanks to Black, that TikTok loop, and I think that's the worst one, to be honest. Like,
It's
I really
bad.
do.
Yeah,
It's
it
probably the
is.
worst. Instagram, I literally find myself
It would sure shot.
getting to the right place where I'm like, oh, okay, I checked up on all the people I'm following. But at this point, when it's because I don't get into the trending part of Instagram or anything like that, the exploring part of Instagram. But on TikTok, it's pretty much all exploring, right? Unless you follow a ton of people, you're probably
Okay.
in the exploring quite a bit, and it's probably where you're getting. I put it toward the most use. I've been enjoying when I scroll through and I find somebody who's streaming and like, here's a setting you can change to improve something, or here's this, or here's that. Black's not putting out that. He's not putting out what can you improve on TikTok.
He's got
Why
to
would
keep
I?
that
There's a
a secret.
million other people's. I actually made a video about it. How much I hate stream tips.
Yeah.
I did. Because they're not helping people. They're not.
I've been
To a
helped.
point.
I have been
To
helped.
okay,
I have
but
been
you have
helped.
been searching for that question.
I
These
have
people
no,
are
no, no. I
voicing
found
their
it, and then I'm like, you know
opinion.
what? Let me try that. I have these PC issues going on. Let me see if this person speaks the truth. You know what I mean?
What's his name? Carter? Was he 15?
PC Carter.
No, no, no. These are adults. These are adults.
No, Carter PC is a real guy, and he's 15,
He's
and
15.
he has more computer experience than most of the people on TikTok. He has so
Absolutely.
much computer experience. He's sponsored by Asus. What is it? EVGA or Evega or whatever. MSI, all those. He's
The thing
sponsored by
I
so many people.
the thing I
15.
do like about Carter though is he speaks his mind.
Yes. Oh, he
Even
says it
if
all the time.
he's even if
I
he
love it.
is sponsored by those companies, he speaks his mind whether it's a
He
good
does.
product.
Dude, look at the size of my seizure pill.
There
Look at
you go.
this thing.
Damn, dude.
Holy cow.
All right. So we were talking about TikTok and social media and things like that. I mean, I often have been thinking about it. Like, would just stepping away from some of that social media, even for a week, would that be beneficial to my health, right? Like, would that be like a nice relax? Like, do I remember the world where I wasn't doing that? Because for me, that happened in 2008, I want to say, is when I
Mhm.
joined Facebook, right? That's
Yeah.
when Facebook was popping off.
Yeah.
And it was my senior year of high school. I was getting ready for college, added Facebook, started getting ready for college, adding friends that I was going to be living in the same floor, right?
Mhm.
Pre 2008, the only thing I had, because I was not an AOL kid, I was never on AOL. The only thing I had was text messages. And I had that probably in 2003. So for 4 or 5 years, I had text message. Outside of that, it was like there's not, and now it's like endless, right? You can be on
Yeah.
Facebook for 20 minutes, you can be on Instagram for 20 minutes, scroll down to Twitter, jump on TikTok for 3 hours. Then you jump in Twitch and you're watching somebody you're interacting with. It's just like, I just don't know. And how are your kids, Dustin? Your kids are a little bit older. How are they handling the virtual world versus the outside world?
Honestly, I've tried to keep them away from that as much as possible. So I've mentioned, my son's 12. Right now we're working on responsibility. So he wants a cell phone. He doesn't get one until he can show me he can be responsible with it. It is a privilege. It's not a right or anything like that. So, he's got to earn that privilege.
And I'm sure you want him to have one soon anyway, because as he's going and hanging out with friends, you want him to be able to contact you, right? So,
Yeah. Luckily, where we live now, we're kind of in a cul-de-sac. So he made a couple friends across the street. So it's usually he's either
oh, in the
at our
new house,
house
he's
or,
already made
yeah.
those friends?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Dude, day we moved in, like, seen a couple kids playing football. He's huge into sports.
So you moved into the
So
right neighborhood then.
absolutely.
Nice. Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
it's going to be interesting because my son at 11 months old is, you bring that phone over and he grabs it immediately. He's interested in
Yeah.
it. So it's like, nah, he's not as big into TV, right? We'll put the TV on and we can watch whatever we want because he's not really, he'll engage for like a minute and then stop.
Yeah.
Recently, he started to get engaged with some of the YouTube videos. We have like an Echo show in our kitchen. So when my wife's like cleaning up in the kitchen, she can put him in his high chair and he can be, and he's interested in it, and he's getting more interested in it. But I hope, I mean, I'm a very technical person, right? Like, I don't want to take that away from him. But what's interesting is I was a very active kid
Yeah.
growing up. But I didn't grow up, like, we didn't grow up in the tech world, right?
Mhm.
If you had a computer, it was annoying to be on, right? You were basically
Yeah.
on it to do your schoolwork.
Yeah. Or you were super into it and went the like other way where you were gaming on it and stuff. Black.
What
Nah.
what games were you doing on these 2000 computers?
Okay,
You
so
know,
there
my
was this
like
game.
game.
what is it? What's it called?
Minecraft?
No, not Minecraft, but like the mines, right? Like, is it
Minesweeper?
just called Mines? It's
Oh yeah,
Minesweeper.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Minesweeper. I mean, I
Minesweeper is
played a lot of
solitaire. That's
Minesweeper,
it. A little bit of
but
Oregon Trail.
I played a lot of Carmen Sandiego,
Yeah, okay.
and then there was
Fantastic.
You
this.
could learn a lot in that
It
one.
was it was
You
like
can
a
learn.
Bakugan game of some sort. I don't know what it was, but I see little figures of it everywhere, and I cannot remember the name of it. But I used to play it all the time, and it was just these fucking alien creatures that just shot each other. And I played the original Doom. Like I had Windows 95, bro. I was cranking out. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't fuck.
I'll tell you right now, I played the Oregon Trail, right? I think you even had to play Oregon Trail for school a little bit,
Mhm.
I think.
Yeah.
Um, I was big into the backyard sports. So
Yeah.
backyard baseball, football. I have them. I picked them up for my mom. I was running, and I actually, maybe is what happened to my CPU. I don't know. Let's hope that's not the case.
I,
Um,
I don't think anything's wrong with your computer.
you don't think there's anything wrong with my computer?
I don't.
I'm gonna show you the numbers. There's no way there's nothing wring with my computer. I'm sorry.
Like I believe that you have an issue, but I think it's software related. I don't think it's hardware.
That
I'm literally last night. I literally had to turn my FPS down to 60.
Yeah, but dude, I'm running a fucking 2080 Ti with an i9.
And you're down to 60? I heard you bitching the
I'm
other night
down to
playing with Catfish.
120.
I heard you bitching about your FPS.
Yeah, but that was that map. As soon as we changed map, my FPS went back up to like 200. So,
All
and that
I'm
was on
saying,
COD. So,
listen, all I'm saying is I downloaded the VM, started playing those old school games because you have to be on Windows 95, and they don't have
Right.
Windows
I
95
have
anymore,
Windows 95 disk with open keys, bro.
Ooh.
I'm not
I'm not.
installing that on my
I'm
computer.
not even kidding.
I'm
It
not
wouldn't work.
installing that on my computer.
Could you imagine Windows 95 with a
My
2080,
VM
bro?
worked great, and I was able to play some of those games, and I'll continue to because they're fun,
Yeah.
I just wish there was more support for Linux, honestly. Oh my god.
So,
I
yeah, go Dustin.
I just recently started getting into computers, and so I am interested in Linux. I've
I love
never
it.
dealt with it.
Mine's
But,
dual booted.
okay.
So like when I need to do anything like fun, I switch it over to Kali.
I gotcha.
I'll be honest. I work. I bought a PC, right, so I can stream and game and everything like that. But I work all day on a MacBook. I'm trying to do some work outside of work with my, and I'll probably use my PC for the most part just because of the power it has, right, compared to my 10-year-old MacBook. But when it comes to coding for me, I definitely prefer coding on a MacBook.
Yeah.
Just having the built-in terminal and everything like that is better for me.
That makes sense.
But I want to see you guys go over to Unix and start working in Unix because that's a bitch. I had to go to school and do that, and it was a fucking terrible ass time.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, you guys are like, I like Linux.
I got a lot of free time.
What's hilarious is a funny story. So my early years of well, after I graduated, going out, I moved to a college town for where I worked, and I would go out. Me and my roommates were single, and we'd go to the bar and whatnot. And this one time is hilarious. We're on this rooftop bar, and this girl comes up to me and starts talking to me, and asked what I did, right? And she asked, I don't know if she was trying to get in the conversation or hiding who she really was, but she's like, I don't know anything about computers. And she goes, "What's your favorite operating system?" Right? That's the question she asked me. After saying she's not interested in computers, and she goes to say that her favorite operating system is Linux. And in my mind, I just immediately went, "You're bullshitting me if you say you don't know anything about computers because that's not your favorite operating system if you know nothing about computers, right?"
Right.
Like if you know nothing about computers, if I ask you what operating system is on a Mac, you probably don't even know. Like you wouldn't be able to answer it if you truly don't know anything about computers.
No,
So
I can't answer that question, and I've
it's
just
just
recently started
Mac.
getting into
It's
it.
just Mac OS, right? It's
Gotcha.
nothing fancy, which is
Well, I
just
mean, it's just
it's very
Linux
similar to Linux,
with
right?
a new face.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
it is.
That's my whole beef with Mac, honestly.
Yeah, you have a beef with Sony, you have a beef with Apple. Like, just
I
take your
I like
Samsung
what I
Note,
like,
take your
and that's it.
Xbox, and throw them out the window. Okay?
I'm sorry, Microsoft die hard, bro.
Yeah, apparently. Bill Gates pay you?
I wish you would, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
He
suck a
probably
toe.
could.
I'm not
You and
scared.
about 4 billion other people.
Yeah.
You'd all be living a happy life.
I'm not scared.
So, Dustin, how is raising a 12 and a 10-year-old? How's that going? Last week we had Kenny on, who is raising a 15 and a 12-year-old, and he talked through some of that. But I know for him, he was in the army, and he was he put a lot of like emphasis. Oh, and there we go.
Yeah.
So are you an army man as well?
I am. Gotta love
Back
it.
back to back army guys.
Yeah.
It's a good thing he's not like Navy or Marines or something, and he wants to come at the army. We can.
Absolutely. That'd
Well,
be a
like-
fun dadcast too.
It'd be a good one too. You have them both on and just
Oh, I would
arguing
love
back
to
and
have
forth.
Kenny in here, dude.
So, do you want to talk about how long you were in the army or anything like that?
I mean, so I am extremely proud for serving. I did go through basic training in AIT, and I fractured my ankle. Um, Anybody who knows, it's the needs of the army, so they didn't need people at the time, so they medically separated me.
Gotcha.
So I was only in for a little over 6 months, but I still a huge supporter of the military.
So you
Love
went
them.
through all the, I don't know if I want to call it ear beating, but all of like what Kenny was alluding to last week
Yeah,
about, like, people don't want to be woken up at 1 a.m. or 3 a.m. and all that kind of stuff. So you went through all that. That's
yeah.
more than I
I
could say
went
I
through
could
the.
probably ever do.
I mean, you can. Everybody can do it. I tell my wife all the time. She hates being yelled at, and she's always thought about it.
Oh, the yelling's
And
not the problem. It's the waking me up in, in a deep sleep.
you get used to it.
Yeah.
You get used to it quick, and it's kind of a survival thing. But you definitely pulled through. I mean, as far as I think, that's the best practice I had for becoming a parent. I mean, there's obviously something that changes once you hold your kid for the first time. There's something that changes in every parent.
It's so interesting that you say that.
Why? What's up?
I disagree.
For real?
Yeah. I'm good with contradiction here.
All right. Let's
I have this conversation a lot with my wife, right? And it
mhm.
might make me look like a bad person out here. Um, I'll be honest, when I, like, in the hospital, held him for the first time, yeah, it was like magical, and I love him to death. But I don't think anything really changed from, like, for me, like when you said
Yeah.
everyone, right? For me, like, in my mind, I haven't really gotten to that point yet. I don't know if it was I wasn't ready to get to that point, or there's some other screw loose, right? Like, I don't know what it is, but it is really hard for me to disconnect what I'm doing for what he needs, right?
That
Let's
makes
let
sense.
me put it like what I want to do versus what he needs me to do. Like,
Right.
I haven't gotten to that point. I don't I told people before I had a kid, before I was even married, before I met my wife, like all of that, I told them that that was my one fear in life. Like, when I was at work and hearing about these people who had kids, it was like, I'm afraid that that won't happen for me, right? And you just alluded to it, so that's why I'm
Yeah.
contradicting and saying, like, I really don't think it did for me. Like, it didn't click at that same level. Yes, I love him. It's an emotional thing, and like, but it's hard. It's hard to describe. It's hard to
Yeah.
describe.
No, it definitely is. I mean, sometimes it just takes a little bit of time. I
It
mean, I
definitely
told
happened for my wife. 100% happened for my wife.
yeah.
I made jokes, and I still make jokes today. Like, she was pregnant, and I said, "You better love me more than you love this kid when he gets out, right?" And it was like, "Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will." And I'm like, "Ain't no way. You don't. There
No.
ain't no way you love that kid way more than you love me at this point. Like,
Yeah.
100%."
Yeah.
Which is absolutely fine, but like, I joke with her all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I tell my son, like I said, he's kind of following my footsteps in school, and I don't want that.
Like,
Uh
it's in a bad or good way?
oh, terrible way.
Oh god.
And he was
So
saying,
we're
Dustin was saying that his mom kept making him quit the football team. So I'm guessing
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So is it hard
Uh
for him to like focus on studying? He's more into wanting to do the fun thing instead, or
yeah, he's just a social butterfly. I mean, he gets along with everybody he meets, and
hey, sometimes
we've
that goes a long way too.
yeah, yeah, no, I think it could, but I tell him all the time that that's like one of my biggest regrets is school. I think I could have gone somewhere in, either college, or I pretty much wasted 6 years of my life and am going to college now. Um, but I mean, I tell him all the time, like, no matter how much I tell him something, everybody has that thing that's going to make them click. So, it may be like, that's what he's talking about, something like that. But, and you could just not be there where, for me, I remember, so I wasn't there for my firstborn being born. I was actually in Oregon for my best friend's wedding.
Oh, wow.
And I came back, held him, didn't get that like click. And I just remember one night, he was laying on my chest and I was watching him sleep and I was like, I made this thing. And it was just like something instantly clicked in that was the moment I became an adult. Like, that's when I started making the decisions to save for a house or
Mm.
buy cars or whatever. It was always the needs of the family before it was my own needs. And it could just take some time, but you could never get there. But as long as you love the kid and
Yeah, I mean, I'll say I never like from a financial standpoint, like I'm never making a decision not in that
yeah.
mindset, right? It's more from like a I'll be gaming, right? Like everybody knows, like right now, my wife has the monitor upstairs because she knows I'm doing this and I don't want to have to step away from this, right? And I
Right.
told her that beforehand. He usually sleeps through this stretch anyway, but afterwards I'll go up and get it. And then when I start gaming, it should be my natural instinct to want to get up and go, take care of him if he's crying. But my natural instinct is not that. My natural instinct is I'm irritated, please stop crying, right? And
Yeah.
that shouldn't be
But
my instinct. I don't.
no, 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 no. That's normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trust
I'm not
me.
saying it's not
That's
normal. I'm
normal
just
as
saying I'm
fuck.
just saying like some people endure that, right? And I'm a big person of like personally I believe that I have a high tolerance for a lot of things. I'll keep alluding to it. I don't ban people from my stream, right? Um, although the
Yeah.
people in my Discord these days, if you guys are out here listening in, they're taking me to another place over the last couple
Yeah, but
days,
you have work colleagues in your Discord. There's a difference.
No, it has nothing to do with that. Cleanliness
None?
is what it has to do with. No,
Yeah,
I
but
mean, I don't want anything inappropriate, but if I'm not saying it, I don't care about that, right? Like
yeah,
I
I mean, I
my
get
my
that. Yeah.
coworkers are understanding people. Like it's not like I have somebody in there who's monitoring me gonna say like, "Oh, you're fired because you're in the middle of this," or I don't even know. I like I don't know how it would go, but I have a problem with like I have to now do more work, right? Don't cause me more work because I am not trying. I don't. Once again, we'll allude to it. I don't have the worker bees that Black Hack has, but
Worker bees. Where you at, Ranger?
where are you guys at? But yeah, so I don't know where I was going with
I
that,
love you
but
guys though. My mods are the best, and I appreciate them.
my tolerance is pretty high. But I need to figure out a way to like flip that switch of like that's number one priority, right? How do I get to that number one? That being my number one priority in everything I do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, like me staying inside, me not going anywhere or doing anything is 100% family driven. If I didn't have a wife and kid, I'm not saying I'd be a super spreader for definition of super spreader for COVID purposes, but
I understand.
yeah, not for COVID purposes, right? I would not be a super spreader, but would I go hang out with a group of friends who are also like, hey, I don't see older folks and I don't like, run that risk. And, if I catch it, I'll just try to recover from it and that kind of thing. Probably, right? If I didn't have a wife and kid, but I do. So I know that that's not what I'm doing. And that's not because I feel forced to. That's because, like, in my mind, I know that's the right thing to do.
Right. Right.
So part of it's there.
Man, I oh man. I don't know. Kids. I want to say like kids didn't change my whole life because like my day to day didn't change at all.
Right.
It's the spending the time with wife that changed.
Oh, yeah,
That's
because
it.
it goes away, right? You
Yeah,
don't
it
get that
went from
alone time.
100 to 10.
Yeah, you don't get that alone time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's something to touch on, right? Like Black, we've gone over your background of how you met your wife and everything like that, and the
Yeah.
amount of, and I would say the amount of time between you meeting your wife and hanging out with your wife to when first child was born, right? Very
Was less than
minimal,
an hour.
very minimal. Yeah, you had
Oh,
basically the 9 month honeymoon phase before the baby came, right?
yeah.
Dustin, how about you? Like, how much time was there with your significant other prior to kids and everything?
So it was pretty short. We've been married for 10 years and I have a 12-year-old. So same mom, but I didn't want to be, especially like, the generation we grew up in, like it seemed to me that a lot of people were getting married just for the sake that they had a kid. I didn't want that to be a reason to get married. I wanted to get married because I wanted to spend the rest of my life with this person. So, yeah. So, I mean, we had our son, everything, progressed from there. Uh Still spent time in the family and stuff like that. But yeah, at one point I decided it's what I wanted for the
Well, so
rest of my life.
yeah, so you were married. You're married for 10 years,
Yep.
12-year-old son. But how much time between? Can you beat Black's 1 hour between
I mean,
conception?
I can't beat
Meeting
1 hour. No.
yeah, and this,
That was
But
conception.
that's why I said
yeah.
conception. I said conception. You can't magically make it happen. We're like an hour now. There's a baby here. Okay.
Yeah. Probably
I guess you
probably
could. You could
2
be a
weeks
You could be
to
a
a month.
surrogate, right? You could be a donor and then meet the person after the baby's already here, and then hit it off. But
Hey, look, I did that.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
Good
no
job.
shit.
Uh,
Um,
but yeah, 2 weeks to a month. We dated on and off, and yeah.
nice. The only reason I ask, right? I ask that kind of question, um, because I think it alludes to a lot of like what you guys were getting at with the amount of time you get to spend with a significant other and what kids do to that. So Dustin, you're gonna start, if you haven't already, probably cross that phase where it's like you actually get time because the kids are off doing other things, whether it be school or hanging out with friends, right? Where Black and
Yeah.
I are, Black's closer than I am, but I'm a long way off from that, right? I'm a long way off from, hey, the kids are at school, or hey, hanging out at this friend's house, right? How's that? How's that for you, Dustin? Or are you there yet?
I mean, we're definitely there. Uh, my one piece of advice would be go on a cruise.
Mm,
Uh, cruises are amazing at taking care of the kids. You know where your kids are at all times, and it still gives you time to disconnect and spend time with the significant other.
nice.
We're, I've said it to you a whole bunch, C's, like we're huge Disney
Yeah, yeah.
fans. So we've gone on 2 Disney cruises, and that's the one thing I can't specify enough is like Disney, their childcare is amazing. They give them little GPS trackers, and
Wow.
they
That's
have
dope.
no, it's awesome. But I was actually skeptical when we went on our first one because I didn't know how much there would be for me and my wife to do. Uh, but they cater to all ages, so
Yeah, I mean, those cruises are definitely less about. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of Disney stuff going on the cruise, obviously, but when you're talking about going to the Caribbean or anything like that, there's always the beach and water and things like that. So you're
oh
you're,
yeah,
you're definitely stepping away from the Disney atmosphere there.
yeah,
No, that's great. What I will give for younger people or people who are in a relationship is don't overcommit too soon and don't undercommit, right? Like don't give the person less than you would want, but don't give everything because you're both trying to find out who is your match, right? Who's your
100%.
person,
100%.
right?
yeah.
So you don't want to undercut them. Like you don't want to undercut them and be the person who's not given enough and letting that person actually get you.
Balance is important.
But you don't want to give all of you, because when you give all of you, that pain is so hard, right? It puts you at a rock bottom that all it really does is take away from the next person who might have been your match, right? So like you kind of need to recover from that. So what I was doing in my days of single, when I was got a full-time job and going out and meeting these people, is I was giving everybody like me, but I was not willing to just commit to the sake of I'm going to be in a relationship because we're in a relationship, right? I was
Right.
basically getting to the point of like, okay, what are you interested? Were you not interested? Then we still had the time of, okay, now that we're official and we're dating, now let's get into the phase of like, where you want to go and what you want to do. Um, and does it align, right? And be okay walking away from it and just be honest with people.
Hey, also, while we got a little pause here, for anyone that wants to know how often we do this, because I had this question in my chat earlier. We do this once a week, and we always start a guest every week. I'm not sure what next week's gonna bring. I might host it. I'm not sure if you figured out your Surface
Yeah,
issue
so
yet.
so we're doing this vodcast once a week. The day really depends primarily on the guest for the most part. I reach out to the guest after I post a YouTube video of the previous week, and then I ask the guest, "Hey, what's working out?" I know Dustin is off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so I knew it was going to be one of them. I said, "Let's get it in Thursday so I can send my PC in for repair," which is what Black's alluding to. I'm gonna see if I can stream it from one of my other computers, just not my tower. Since it's just Discord, it should be okay, but I want to test all that out. I'll probably do it this week. But if you want to be a guest on a future episode, exclamation point Discord. The only requirements we really have are, well, camera, microphone, right? You can wear a mask if you don't want your face to be out there. Um,
And you do not have to be a dad.
and you do
Because I
not
was
have to be a
actually,
dad.
I messaged Shirt Shot. She's a mama. She's my like longest supporter other than Vibe.
Yeah.
And she's just a awesome woman from Ohio. She's got kids. And I hit her up and I was like, hey, you need to be on this thing because I love you, mama.
Yeah, you don't have to be a dad. You don't have to be a grown up. You don't have to have a kid. Just be respectful, right? Be respectful of the fact that like, don't come on here playing loud music and like just screeching or I don't even know how to describe it. Like, be mature. I'm just saying, be mature about it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
come in here. If you are a kid, I am down to talk to kids. It's fine, right? Like,
I mean, it would be cool to, like Black said, Sure Shot, get a woman's perspective from,
sure.
our old
Sure
thing.
Shot.
It'd be cool
You
to
hear
get
me?
a kid's
I had to
perspective.
convince Vibe to sign up. Like, he didn't even know. I'm like, dude, get in there and sign up, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I have a newborn here, like 2 months old, like not even 2 months.
Hmm.
My wife's friends over, and I held that baby, and this thing was the size of my phone. It felt like, oh, let me grab the bigger phone. This one, like, dude, I'm
This
telling you,
guy
the
just
baby was this
flexed.
big.
Did you hear this guy just flex? Like, oh, let me put down this phone and let me grab this phone. Oh,
1
Pulls
sec,
out
I don't have
iPod
either
12.
iPad in here.
yeah, huh. This is crazy. But yeah, so go over to the Dad Club Gaming Twitch
I don't know
now
if you
or
noticed,
later.
I was
Exclamation point
changing the
sign up.
color of my fans the whole time.
No, I wasn't. But
It's
yeah,
my
I
new
mean,
AIO.
next week I don't know what next week's gonna bring. I'm more worried about like how I edit the YouTube video and get it up there the way I have been. So, next week should be my one coworker, so he'll be pretty relaxed on. I don't care if it's up on YouTube or anything like that, but
Caesar, can I make a link to your Discord? Because I tried the other day and I couldn't.
you should be able to.
All right, I
Just
need
make
to
it
I
not
got you,
expire.
Black.
sign up.
He can also probably just copy. It sounds like Dustin's gonna copy the one that I have in my chat, and you can just reuse it.
There, I got it.
Um.
Thank you, Justin.
Mhm.
Dustin.
So,
I said Justin.
Dustin, what would you say is what's been the most challenging part of raising a 12 and 10-year-old? Is it your 12-year-old following in your footsteps and you watching him make the mistakes that you made, or like what's the hardest part?
That's been a frustrating issue. I tell him all the time he's big into games, and I'm like, I wish I could like program a VR game that you could play my life that
Mm-hmm.
shows you where you are going because and he's funny because all kids are like this, but I'll roll up on him doing something wrong or something, and I'll be like, what are you doing? And his first uh his go-to thing is to lie to me. And
Uh,
I'm like, dude, I'm in your brain. Like, we're living the same life. So there's no lying to me. Like, I know what you're going through. Um, but like I told him, it doesn't matter. My mom tried to get people to talk to me and stuff like that, and it doesn't matter. It's when you're ready to listen
yeah,
is the big thing. I
yeah.
mean, yeah, it's extremely frustrating at times, but you know, in all the things like having kids is amazing. It's amazing to watch them grow up. You know,
Do you guys
uh,
have has it has having kids at all changed your perspective on yourself from an age perspective? Meaning, when you had kids, did you immediately start to realize as they're getting older, you're getting older?
yeah. I mean, the weird part about that though is culture's kind of slowly playing into it. Like, usually you have that disconnect from dad to son. My dad watched Western movies, and I
Sure.
can't stand Western movies.
Oh, come on, man. John Wayne?
Uh,
John Wayne?
I doesn't do nothing for me. Like
Christmas with the Duke? Christmas
I
with the
Me
like
Duke?
either.
my
No,
like
no.
action movie go to is probably The Patriot with Mel Gibson.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one though.
That is a good one. But but I think the generation wise, like my son, I go out there on Sunday mornings and he's watching like Ninja Turtles, and I'm like, oh shit, like this is stuff that I watched as a kid. Like this is awesome. He's
Did
into
your
Pokemon cards.
did your dad so this is where it gets interesting, right?
Mhm.
Your dad probably didn't play video games or anything like that, right?
No,
Because it
no.
didn't really exist.
Right.
We are the generation that those things started.
Right.
So it probably makes sense that like you're relating right now with your son. I'm interested to see if we continue that trend or at some point in our lifespan we get
It
too
breaks.
far behind in technology, right?
Yeah.
Because
I
like when
mean,
you
I
look at
think
westerns, the people enjoyed westerns because it was like
that's what you did.
basically what real life was still, right?
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
there wasn't technology, there wasn't action, like that didn't exist. Like that thought didn't even exist. So
Right.
the actual dynamite blowing up a cliff was cool, right?
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what happens with that. No, but I'm
Bzz,
like fully
bzz.
under the belief that I do not do things correctly, but I have at least somewhat of a grasp, if not a pretty good grasp, in my opinion, in my mind, of what the right things are, right? Like what I should have been doing versus what I did do, right?
I tell my
Whether
kids that all the time. Like, there's a conscious that voice in your head telling you what's right and wrong.
yeah,
Yeah, it's called Caesar.
for
Not
black
my
it's
inner
me,
thoughts. It's called
black it's
Caesar
me.
thoughts.
Just sit there and it's interesting, right? I'll tell you right now, I am 100% when you talk about people who make I can't communicate correctly a lot of the time, right? Like anybody who's played games with me, you know, or if you watched my stream, you know, I will piss off a lot of people while playing with them because how I communicate is it comes
Aggression.
off very blamey,
Aggression.
aggressive, blamey. It comes off all of it. And like in my heart, none of that is the case, right? Like,
He's
Right.
like, I love you, but I hate you.
no,
Okay,
it's
just
not
deal
even
with it.
that. It's not even that. It's literally like, hey, I'm trying to just voice my thought process, but I have not collected that thought process, right? I did not put it into a
Wait.
journal and I'm reading it back
I
to you.
got this.
What?
I got this. I have the perfect explanation of Caesar. Okay. Me and Caesar, top 5 Fortnite. We're doing great. Why the fuck are you down there, Black? God damn it. I told you to be up here. We're fucking up. You're fucking up. This is bad. We all died. New round. Let's go. All right. So we're going to have a good
New
game.
round. Right back into the next one, right?
And I'm like, what the just happened?
Like, it's possible for me to just like
oh,
be
dude,
in
it's
it and then
on, off.
I've been
It's
doing
like,
so. Look, Dustin
it's a
doesn't
switch,
know
and
this,
he's done
but
it. He knows it.
Dustin doesn't know this, but I've been and hold on one second before I go into that. Ranger, just to clarify, Ranger is not a worker bee. He's blowing up the chat. He's not a worker bee.
I
He just
see it,
does.
bro.
He just does work. Okay.
He does good work.
He does great work. It's not good. It's great work.
He does.
Black couldn't continue the way he is without that assistance because he
True. I
has
will agree to
because
that.
he has a lot going on, right?
I mean, that UK internet may make a buzzing sound, may not. I don't know.
Dustin,
kidding,
What do you
Ranger.
yeah,
about
burn.
that? Did your internet got a buzzing sound?
Burn.
Dude, my
That's coming
chat's
from the
like
internet
50.
guy right there. That's coming from the internet guy. The UK has the buzzing.
Just kidding.
But
I got a couple UK people in here, and I asked him if his internet goes buzz buzz.
So what I was about to say with Dustin specifically, right? I've started to play with Dustin since he came into my chat. You know, Dustin plays a bunch of different games, but I see him on Fortnite, and you know,
No buzzing.
My buddies that I was playing Fortnite with consistently, like you can ask even Hoy. Okay, Hoy was on week 2. Hoy still like gets mad at me because I would get on, start playing with Hoy, and then my buddies, my younger brother and my couple buddies that I've been playing COD with, I would it didn't hurt. I would just be like, okay, I'm going to play with them, right? I did it to Hoy last night because they got on and played, and you know, Hoy was like, oh, okay, you can go play with your real friends, and like, it's not that I'm like, I'm not trying to be intentional with it, but you have to be able to say these are the people, like when they're on, that's who I'm playing with.
Yeah, and this is the conversation we had a long time ago.
Me and you had this conversation, but now getting to the Dustin point is I haven't had that. Like my consistent people haven't been on, and I will gladly play with viewers or I start calling people friends, right? Like I start calling people friends the deeper you get into a conversation, you know, because that's just what happens. Virtual friends, you know, now I got to put a face to Dustin. He's already been able to put mine to my voice, but I know that Dustin is like Fortnite is not his primary game. I know that.
No.
And I know that Dustin is playing at the level of somebody who's not their primary game. Just like I would be. I had this conversation with Vibe yesterday, I think, or the day before. Vibe plays Monster Hunter, right?
Yeah.
If I go play Monster Hunter, I'm going to die every time to that fucking monster. Yeah. Just like when Vibe comes over to Fortnite, he's probably going to die to the people in the Fortnite lobby. You know what I mean? And that's okay to admit, at least from my perspective. It's okay to admit that, like, I'm bad at something or I'm average at something or I'm good at something. And it should be equally okay to describe somebody else in a respectful way, obviously, not like your dog water. You have no PR, no, you know, not to jump on the TikTok ban.
Hey, you watching TikTok?
Not to jump on the tick. No, it's fucking everybody else who just uses that all the time. And I'm like, what is this? I don't even understand this. Like, I get it. They got it from TikTok, but I have no idea what it is. Anyway.
Hey, man, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty universal. You know, I can come between games and just clean up, you know, both sides.
So here's what I'm saying. You put a lot of hours into Fortnite.
Yeah, you do.
You did, whatever. What I was getting at is I've been working on my personal self of when I play with somebody who's less talented at that game that I'm playing, right? It's actually a lot easier for me to dial back my, I don't know if you want to call it, like Ari has me in there as Rage Monster, right? Like whatever it is, like I'm much better at dialing that back.
Conform.
Because I've lowered what I'm expecting of that person, right? So if I'm yelling at you,
it's gonna be expectance.
If I'm yelling at you, it's probably because I expect a shit ton out of you, right? Like I expect it, And it's not because I wouldn't expect it out of myself. Like the more I'm yelling, the more I'm upset about something. It's probably just because you've gained that level of respect from me on what you're doing that I expect that level, right?
I'm honored to be yelled at by you now,
There you
Caesar.
go. See,
Yeah,
that's
there
how
you
you
go.
spin it. That's how you spin
I'm
it. You're
honored.
just like, you know, and
I'm
I
gonna
just
keep working to get yelled at. So
yeah, exactly. And I'll go play Madden, and Dustin will shit on me, and I won't be yelling at Dustin. I'll be yelling at
that'll
myself.
happen. Yep.
Actually, that's not true. I do yell at I yell at people for shitting on me, so that's not true. You know, like come on, take it easy, man. You know, that's like Dustin's been great. We jump into creative, right, with some sweaty people, and Dustin's like, no, I'm good with it. Like I understand I'm not gonna survive every round or any round or whatever it may be. But Dustin sees it just like everybody, like that at least I associate with. It's a competitive edge that you won't get to that unless you push yourself against that limit.
Yeah. I learned that actually when I moved to San Antonio. I was a huge Guitar Hero fan.
Mm-hmm.
And back in Oregon, like, I was the best of my friends. They'd be
Uh-oh.
like, "Oh, come watch Dustin play." I was playing on like medium. And I moved here and I went to work for a company and made some friends, and they're like, "Oh, you play Guitar Hero, swing by."
Oh, I
They
love
played
Rock Band.
expert,
Yeah.
like ×2 experts. And I was like, all right, let's get it. Like by the end of the summer, I was playing like expert. I was killing songs.
Crazy.
Like that's the only way to get better is to play with people that are better than you. So
Do you know a guy that can play Guitar Hero with his eyes closed?
no, I used to be that good, but
I know a guy
it's
that can do the hardest song on expert with his eyes closed, and I'm like, how the fuck do you have that attention span?
yeah, no.
I don't have that kind of memory. Like
But
that has to be muscle memory at that point, right?
yeah,
Like not
yeah,
even memory.
absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I would say there's a piece of it, not a major piece of it, when you're talking about the sound is
Caesar,
different, right? What?
you didn't upload your TikTok.
I mean, I just closed it. Did it fail? We couldn't upload.
No, yeah, it won't upload if you close your phone before you upload it.
Oh, TikTok, I'm stupid.
Mm.
It's going.
I know, dude. That's what I'm saying.
I know
It's
we're gonna be
scary.
wrapping up, but whatever. We're not gonna be wrapping up just quite yet. I actually just picked up. I have my guitars. They're gonna be going on the wall right behind me. That's where I'm gonna be putting them because I need to store them somewhere. The garage isn't gonna be the right place. The office is. Hang them on the wall. Ordered the hooks. So I get the ukulele out and I downloaded an app on my phone. And I'm like, let me tune this bad boy. Let me see, like, oh, I can watch some stuff and maybe try to learn. So that's gonna be fun because, like, I
The
think that'd be
ukulele.
cool. I think that'd
Do
be
it.
cool
Play
to
the
be able to.
ukulele for every follow.
Do a
Please.
segment.
I can't yet though, right? Like, yeah, Dustin, that's where I'm at, right? Like, what if it
Once
was
you
like a
be
day
bad
of the
at it.
week? What if there's a day of the week where I'm like, hey, we're gonna learn how to play this song. I'm gonna be sitting here watching a video to teach me. If you have that at home, right, you can get
I
one
would
and
watch
try to
the
learn.
fuck out of that VOD.
Like, it would be so bad, but
Uke Friday. Yeah.
I would watch that all day.
like I think it'd be cool, right? Like,
I would watch that all day.
and I
Chat,
actually
would
got
you
into
watch
that
someone
spirit of
fail?
like, I think I should do that. Like, just not every day because I can't. Like, I want to still be able to game and things like that. But if I stream, I could stream it, right, and just have it up, and I could even turn around, use that camera, right, and sit there and have the tablet mounted where I can see it or whatever. I'm gonna try it. I'm not gonna like it's. All right, I
I
posted
think
it.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm like not very good at I don't remember Guitar Hero. I was like okay, but Dustin, I want to say I played on medium. I might have played on easy.
I played
Yeah.
Rock Band. I didn't play Guitar Hero.
The only thing I did in Rock Band, I'm terrible like coordination of two hands, so drumming was
I
no good
loved
for me.
the drums.
The only thing I did in Rock Band is I was the singer. I was always the lead singer.
The front man.
But I'll be honest, it
The
was always
seas in
it
his
was
empire.
always falsetto, okay? And what was the song on one of the Rock Bands? Either one or two was Paramore. That's what you get. That's what I would sing.
Yes, Paramore.
I would sing Paramore. That's what you get, and in falsetto, and that's what you would get. You know, you would get
Yep.
Caesar singing. That's what you get. Falsetto.
I'm actually impressed she knows falsetto.
Why are you impressed? You know, with my high pitched voice. You know,
a lot of people don't know
what is
the
it?
bracket.
Baritone. Baritone. You can be a baritone.
Bass, baritone,
Bass, baritone.
tenor, soprano, alto.
I would be high pitched all the time, falsetto.
Yep.
Taylor Swift, I think, might have had a song on one of the rock bands too.
Yep.
Basically, the girl songs. That's what I would sing. You know, that's all I could do.
Nice.
No, where's your mom?
I can't keep my tone. That's the problem, right? That game shows you tone. I can't keep my tone unless it's falsetto when it comes to singing.
Gotcha. I do love it now though. Like that being my game back in the day. Like I go to like Dave and Buster's.
Oh yeah.
And I'll see somebody playing on like medium or hard, and I'll just wait, and then I'll be like, my quarter, and I'll just shit on them, and they'll just be watching, and it's like, yes.
Yeah. Well,
That's
what's interesting about that is the fact that you can't play a game like that on stream, right?
Not really. I mean,
because they're all DMCA'd, right? They're you can't play Just Dance, right? You can't play any of those games, and that's what sucks about it.
Yeah, I actually saw a TikTok not too long ago. Like the guy did covers, and that was his like. I mean, call
Can
it
you
what
do
you
that?
want. It's probably a gimmick.
Can you do that? Play a cover song?
They kept taking his covers down because they sounded too much like the original. And it's like, that's
don't worry, guys. My ukulele
is.
won't sound anything like it. Okay, my ukulele won't sound anything like it. If I can nail "I'm Yours" on the ukulele, I will be the happiest guy, and I think I'll move to Hawaii. You know, and I'll just play for everybody on their honeymoon.
51st dates.
Dude, I'm growing the hair out for it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be a rock star by the time I'm done with
Caesar's
this.
hair is phenomenal.
Yeah, bro.
It's I started to admire it, Black. You know?
I love his hair.
Mainly because like if you can't tell, like, you know, in quarantine, I'm not showering every day. I'm probably showering like every 3 days on average is probably like my average. Because I don't get out of my chair, right?
Same.
And the only part of my body that's like, oh man, I need a shower is my hair at this point. So
I only determine a shower if I sweat that day.
So
and right now, as soon as we're done, I'm getting a shower.
Yeah,
because I'm sweating my ass off.
So when I do shower, right? When I like shower that and I wash my hair and everything and it dries, I'm like, yeah, you're on the road. You're on the road to this nice flow that I had 2 years ago. And I'm there. I'm getting there.
I had curly hair back in like high school. Obviously, it's gone. But I used to love getting out of the shower, and then I would just shake my head like a dog.
Yeah,
and it would like curl. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's gonna be my son. I can guarantee it because he's already got it going.
Yeah,
he's got his hair is pretty damn long. Like he came out with hair, and it's pretty damn long, but. It's the back, you know, it's all curls, but when you give him a bath, it's in the middle of his back. It's crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think this was a great session. I got to know Dustin a little bit better than just in my chat.
What are we taking from this episode?
So it's a good question.
Grow your hair? I don't know.
No. Dustin touched on a couple different things. So how about I throw a couple out there, and Dustin, if you have another one, feel free. I don't know if you've given it any thought. Kenny last week came with like things already, right? I heard you talk about like balancing, right? Like and being aware. Yeah. And I heard you talk about competition, right? A couple times. Like you did. You talked about growing and competition and growth through competition.
I think the only one I really came prepared with was.
So he came prepared. This man came prepared. Did we even talk about it? We can extend this bad boy if you have it.
Oh, we did not talk about it, but
All
it
right,
was
we're going into it right now. We're not, unless Black's like yawning over there, you know.
it was in
I'm
terms
still
of
streaming
work,
after this, so
which I really admire Black for what he's doing. I actually had that idea like years ago, but I didn't know how to make it work, and I applaud him for making it work.
it was all
But
on the fly.
hey, you did it. So my thing has always been I wanted to wake up and say I get to go to work and not I have to go to work. And I know you've been getting that way, Black, where it's more I have to go to work, but it's still something you love. It's still something you like doing. So, I mean, I think you're still in that, I get to go to work and not I have to go to work.
Yeah, I mean, it has its days, like, I don't have that many commissions right now, so it's not that bad. And like free graphics, I'm still doing those.
Yeah.
I just had someone comment in the Discord and they were like, "Does this guy even do anything?" And I was like, "You take thousands of requests and tell me, I will gladly hand you this throne."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll go to strictly paid, dude. Don't judge me.
Yeah, it's interesting, Dustin. I kind of am hearing like almost like an enjoy what you do type of thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's I've always believed in, find something that you enjoy, whether it be, I don't know how much you enjoy or not graphic design, but coding and stuff like that. Software engineer.
Yeah, I would say so. What's funny for me, right? Work is always going to be work.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah,
it wasn't
absolutely.
work, you wouldn't get paid for it. You'd be volunteering, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the same time, can you enjoy what you're doing, right? Or are
Right.
you passionate about it? And I'll be honest, like I have plenty of that doing my daily work. I have plenty of the other, right, where it's like whatever it may be. But when it comes to like what I'm actually doing, yeah, 100%. It's like it might be the politics or the conversations that go into a job, right, and not like the actual subject matter.
Right.
If I enjoyed riding on the back of a garbage truck and picking up garbage every single day, right, then that's what I would do. And to be honest with you, I think at times I would enjoy that. Would I
Yeah.
enjoy
Oh,
it in the middle of
definitely.
the winter or in the middle of a downpouring rain? No.
No.
But, and actually, I think a couple days you would, right? You'd be like, oh, this is awesome. It's like you're holding on and like the rain's coming down. I think for a couple days you'd be like, yeah, this is awesome. But by like the 50th day of the year, you're just getting drenched. You're probably like, nah, this isn't it anymore,
Yeah.
right?
Definitely wouldn't want to do it in Seattle.
Yeah,
No.
right. But yeah, no, I hear you. So your takeaway is kind of enjoy what you do or get to work instead of having to work
Yeah.
or something along those lines.
Yeah. That's my motto has always been I wanted to find something that I wake up and I say I get to go to work and not I have to go to work.
Yeah, so you said originally, like when we were talking about your current job, right? You said you were a tech and now you're a dispatcher. How long have you actually been at that company?
I'm going on 6 years.
And would you say that you get to go to work?
Uh, the tech part, yes. The dispatcher part, no. I'm super, get my hands dirty type guy. I love outside. I love attics, stuff like that.
Now, is that just an
I'm weird.
evolution of like role and pay kind of thing?
No, I think it's more I was helping people.
Uh,
I'd show up to people, like you're having internet
Oh,
issues.
I
You
meant
likely
I
talk.
meant now that you're a dispatcher and no longer a tech. Like was that by your choice or company choice or
It was my choice. I was having some back issues. I
okay.
figured, inside that's my work
Yeah.
computer. So, inside computer job would be easy. And it's actually made my back issues worse because I'm not out
Moving.
active.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I definitely, fell in love with the whole networking part of cable and internet. I know
How's
I'm
your
just a
wiring
cable
at your
guy, but
house? How's your wiring at your house?
I did it all.
Now, how's it look? How's it look? Flawless?
Like cable management? No.
Oh, okay. See,
Terrible.
that's my problem, right? Like I could show you right now, but like it's not looking pretty underneath my desk.
Yeah. But
Black's gonna.
like I
Oh my
have
god.
oh, I have dedicated
Do those
Ethernet
LED
lines.
lights even do anything at this point? Like, what are they even
Oh
doing
yeah,
back
they
there?
do when everything's off.
Yeah, they heat up the room. Come on. No, I'm just
Dude,
kidding.
when I switched AIOs, this is a fucking mini heater, bro.
Oh, dude,
No
no.
wonder why you're sweating, bro.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Both computers exhaust out the front. It's bad.
Yeah. I agree.
Both
That's
of them
why.
have 40 millimeter radiators right now. Both of them.
Do
And
you
it
have a
sucks.
personal fan?
I have my window open when it's 30 degrees outside, and I don't notice a change. It's bad,
I
bro.
hear you. I hear you.
But my computer's running 32 degrees Celsius, so
Okay.
was 110.
Oh, I know. I remember that stream. That was
It was
nuts.
so bad. Start my stream Caesar and it goes to shit. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah,
Oh my
I didn't
god.
get to see any of that, but
So like I started my stream, I launched COD and I'm like, oh crap, I'm only getting at 10 FPS. So I restart my computer and it says can't start computer CPU temp too high. So I go into my BIOS and it's like 98. I was like, uh-oh. So I
I
shut it
think
off,
it
let it
even
cool down.
spiked to like 103 or something like that.
I capped it 110. So I immediately shut it down, and let it cool completely down, check my pump and everything. And it was pumping, but as soon as I would do something intense where it would raise the temps, my pump wouldn't do anything extra. So it would just pump. It wouldn't like speed up or slow down or nothing. And so I can maintain an idle, but like before I would maintain like 40 degrees at an idle. Now I'm maintaining 40 degrees while I'm playing COD after 3 hours. So,
yeah.
like, that was an insane difference, and, like, I didn't know it, but I was having thermal throttle issues way before I noticed, my shit going south.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because like, I had been saying for weeks, "Why is this taking so long to render? Like, this isn't normal." And, like, even if you go back in the VODs, like, I'm complaining about it, like, the whole time, and then one day, it dawned on me that my shit was failing,
It was the
and
one day he started it up and it just
yeah, it literally turned on my computer and it's overheating.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, "Oh, fuck," and I just started my stream for the day, and I'm like, "This is gonna be a bad day at work."
Yeah.
And,
You're
you
your
know
own tech support, you know?
yeah, so, like, I turn on all my cameras, because this is the joys of 2 PCs, like, I was still able to stream and create content, so, like, thank God, and I actually had a community member come in while I was having issues, and I was like, "Well, I gotta pull the trigger. It's gonna be a little tight, fuck it, I have to do it," because I do, like, this is what I do, this is my job, so I had to spend that money, and I had BB come in and donate $150, and I bought an AIO with that money. And he was like, "I can't have my favorite streamer not streaming." I was like, "I love you."
meanwhile, meanwhile, he took that thing out and he sold it to somebody else for 200. I'm just
No,
kidding,
it's still on
Chad.
the
I'm just
ground.
kidding. He's hustling all of you. Like that was all
Seriously.
staged. That was all staged. Look at all the microphones. You're on camera. You're on TV. It's Mike.
Dude, and actually, like, that was the thing. That was the problem. Like, shit failed when I spent the most money.
Sure.
So, like, if I wouldn't have bought all those mics, one for the giveaway, one for, them two for Miranda's Minute I got over there. Cause like this is Miranda's Minute, like over there.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we do Miranda's Minute, a TikTok segment. And like, dude, it sucked because I just spent like $300 on all the mics and like the mic arms and everything, because I didn't want to cheap out. I love this caster, and these are the only arms I will ever suggest to anyone is these Yeti casters because they're durable. There's fucking like
Listen.
they don't move.
It's not what I have. Okay. So
No, like
just
I'm
stop it now. You're making me feel bad. I already told you I bought the Stream Deck, okay? I bought the Stream Deck, you know? You made me feel like I wasn't doing the right thing by not having it. You know,
Two
like
cameras.
I got two cameras in here now, okay? I got the Yeti. Isn't that enough? Like the boom arm. Do I really need the arm, okay?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying,
Jeez,
like, the
bro.
arm helps. Like,
Oh
that's
my
the arm
god.
that I bought first originally, and I fell in love with it, and that's the only arm I wanted after that, you know? It's like when you find
Well, I'm
something
glad
new,
you have it. I'm glad you have it.
I'm not saying buy one, I'm just saying that's
I'm
good
just
for
kidding.
me.
I'm
Oh my
just kidding, bro. I'm
god.
just kidding.
You sound
I've
like one of those TikTokers that are like,
Turning
this
my
is
brain
not a
right
paid
now. Who is all
advertisement,
these?
but
yeah, right. I like I have bought some things on the cheaper end and I've now replaced them. Keyboards, mouses, right? I bought some things on the cheaper end just to get me going, and then I have spent a little bit more money on some of those things. Right now, this arm will do just fine. This arm,
But that's the thing. I never upgraded my camera.
it'll beat you in hoop
2
any
years
day.
later.
It'll beat you in hoops any day. This arm right here. I'll take you one-on-one.
I mean,
I was
your
smelling
arm's
that at the
rated for
beginning.
40
Oh,
pounds,
it's there.
so
It's there, Dustin. I didn't want to say it. I was trying to find out if he was any good. He said he was good. So now I'm going to say it. You know, I've won my fair share of one-on-one, you know,
what?
one-on-one tournaments. I've won my fair share of one-on-one tournaments.
What?
Basketball.
Oh, I didn't even know we were talking about basketball for a second.
You missed it when I said this arm will take you in hoops any day.
Oh my god.
Y'all probably can't tell I'm 5'6", so
No.
on a good day.
Not at all.
So I have no experience in basketball.
Speaking of, you could have been a point guard.
Yeah, point guard for sure. In high school, yeah.
I have one claim to fame, and that's I played against Kyle Singler.
Oh,
and we got
wow.
our ass handed to us, but
For sure.
I played against him.
There you go. Is he even still in the league?
I don't think he is.
Yeah.
But he was from my hometown, and he was rival high school. But yeah.
So, Caesar, I need to ask a serious question. Sorry, I choked on my own spit for a second.
I mean, how
When are
serious
you
can it get?
when are you gonna upgrade your chair? Because, like, you know, we're rocking some great chairs. And
Your secret lab chair, your brand of chair. You know what this office is? It's my work office, and this is my
I'm
work
just
chair,
saying,
bro. What?
this
Why?
is
Why?
your chair,
Hold
and
on.
you
Hold
can't
on.
make that claim.
Hold on. Your arm rest on that chair, plastic, right? Hard plastic on those.
No leather.
Okay, you have the leather one. Okay, I'm
I
just
literally
checking.
just sent off a claim.
Listen, mine
Yeah,
has the nice chrome.
everything on
You
this
know,
motherfucker is
the nice
steel.
chrome.
You can
You
get
know,
chrome.
I got it from work for $0, right? Like this is my work from home. This is my chair. It's very cushiony. It's got the lumbar support. You
So
know,
does
maybe
mine.
that's why Dustin's back's hurting because he's not in an office appropriate chair, but he's in a gaming chair.
Not true. Not true. I have severe back issues. Like
And you're in a gaming chair. Maybe it's a
I
coincidence.
have
I
zero
think not.
issues sitting in this chair for 14 hours.
So that was one of the big spending points because this is a spendy chair.
Oh yeah, my chair was $500 fucking dollars.
And I messed up when ordering it. I meant to do the monthly payments. I just bought it outright. But, I talked to my wife and she's like, you're sitting I work 10-hour shifts. So, you're sitting for 10 hours and then you're gaming for another 2.
Yeah.
You got to invest in a good chair.
Look,
And
when they throw that helmet, when they throw that helmet on the chair, then I'll buy it. Right now, all I see are these other liquid and those type and Batman, and you're trying to be somebody you're not, okay?
I'm pretty sure there's a Nick Merckx one out there, man.
You're just trying to be
Just
somebody you're
kidding.
not. That is not Nick Merck's helmet. Nick Merck's helmet faces
joking,
forward, bro.
joking.
It's forward, bro.
Calm down, sir.
Dude, if Nick Merckx uses a secret labs chair, he doesn't have the back on it.
True.
Oh yeah, because it's nothing underneath him. I mean, you see the chair that
I'm in a
Tim
chair,
sits in,
bro.
right? You see the chair Tim sits in.
He
Yeah.
sits in a very
It's
ergonomical chair.
a mesh chair. It's literally just one of
I
those
I
have
mesh
actually think
ergonomic chair.
it's a Secret Labs chair, but they have a different
Mm-hmm.
version, not this type.
Yeah, these are Titan and Omegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha.
He has the Omega, I have the Titan.
Was that a flex?
No, I'm just saying, like,
Is
those
that
are
a
the sizes
flex?
of the chair.
Dustin, was he flexing on you?
No.
Did he have to specify the difference between them?
Well, I'm
Did he
just
have
I
to
mean, there are
specify?
he was
different.
5'6". That's what's recommended for the Omega.
Yeah.
He's calling you an Omega now. He's calling you an Omega while he's a
Hey.
Titan over here.
What the
I would
fuck?
rather be an Omega. So
Actually, I heard that the Omegas have softer cushions.
Listen, you can't get mad at me, first of all, Black. You can't get mad at me for bashing you for calling, for flexing on Dustin when you're over here telling me I need a new chair. You know, I've never said I wanted a new chair. I said I wasn't getting the Yeti caster bar. And now you're like, oh, you know what? But your chair's shit. You should go get a chair,
Oh my god, I'm not even telling you to buy this shit. I'm just saying.
You
it's
said
just a secret organization. It's just
The
Did he-
Illuminati, bro.
sorry, did he not say start that
You
whole
know.
thing with when are you gonna upgrade your chair? Isn't that like the first words that came out of his mouth?
Yeah, but, like,
we
that's
just
what I
want you to be
said.
part of the club.
That's it, bro.
I told you when. When
It's
their
either
chair is
gonna come-
customizable that I can send in a logo to put in it.
Yeah, that's true.
Embroider it. And I will
actually
spend an extra
emailed them,
$50 to $100 to do that, right?
and I emailed them and asked them if I get my name on it, just like I did with my PCs. Both my PCs have Black Act 2K
And they
in
said
the glass. And
and
they
they
said, yeah.
said but they gave you your name, just your name.
No, I could have my logo on there.
Hmm.
But I wanted my name. I don't have a logo. Yeah, the guy that makes
True.
logos doesn't have a logo.
It's true. You probably
like-
should just put yourself crying on there because you're always crying.
I love it though. It's the best thing ever.
That is a good one.
Look, I've looked on Secret Labs a couple times and I'm just not a fan of the color schemes, not a fan of it. Just doesn't
Now you
mesh
can customize the color though.
only to their extent from what I've seen. Look,
No,
I'm not doing it, Black. Don't even try to talk me down unless you have some $500 off coupon. I'm not buying one, okay?
Hey, there's a deal going on right now. It's $200 off
Yeah, right.
for the 2020 series.
Yeah.
Which is
That's why I got
$1,000 for
mine.
the chair, right?
No, it's $299 for the Titan, and that's what you would need because you're a big guy.
What are you trying to say?
There's weight ratings and height restrictions to the
Yeah.
chair. That's why I knew Dustin had the Omega and I have the Titan. I'm 6 foot, 240 pounds. He's 5'6", probably $110 wet.
More than that, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a little insulty.
But like, you
See
know
these
what I'm
cheeks,
saying.
man?
That's a little insulty.
That
110.
wasn't
What is he, a fucking jockey? You put Dustin on. He never said he was a jockey, bro. He
it's
said he
like-
ran track and field and played football. He never listed jockey in there.
Gotta love it.
But you know what I mean.
Actually, 110 is about
there's-
40 pounds too heavy for a jockey, to be honest. I think a jockey
Probably.
is like 70 pounds.
If that, they're midgets. Borderline
Yeah,
dwarf.
I don't know. Stop doing this to me, okay? I literally just dropped money on the Stream
waiting.
Deck.
That means he was contemplating for a second.
I 100% are contemplating it. Like, are you kidding me?
It's
So
a great
that's
chair.
actually like my surprise on streaming. Yeah, I was 100% console player and then switched over to PC, and I slowly built my PC. And like C's said, he's had cheap mics, cheap keyboards, cheap mouses. Like, it's almost a wash. You almost need to put out the money just to get a decent setup.
Oh, there's a free chair, Dustin. You didn't hear that part. Free
Oh, I heard
free chair.
We heard that.
You
We
didn't
heard
hear
I'm
that
talking
part.
the whole setup.
No, when I first started, I had my Xbox, a fold-up white table, an old retired laptop from work, and an old retired chair from work. And I still have that chair. We use it in the Dadcast or the Miranda's Minute.
That's awesome.
Like,
So
I still have
here's
all
the
that
deal.
old stuff.
Here's the deal.
And now, like years
I
later,
bought one Logitech that was a bundle deal with the microphone.
Did you get the Yeti?
This Yeti, this one, right? It's not up high enough.
it's the Blue Yeti.
Okay.
Yeah. It's black.
It's Blue
It's
Yeti.
black.
That's its
It's
name.
black. No, I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah,
But
I got the
there's actually a
black.
funny story behind that. When I bought my Blue Yeti, that's how I got this arm because I paid $199 for this, and that mic was $147 at the time. So I bought the kit instead of the mic by itself.
Right.
'cause I needed
I'm
an
saying
arm.
I got the mic and the camera. Right. That's what I'm saying. I can't remember if I paid like 150 or I can't remember what it was. Mic and
I think
camera.
the deal's still going on. It's like $179 at my
It was
Best
like a
Buy.
bundle. Yeah, it was a Best Buy through Google though. But anyway, I got those two. The headset was a Christmas gift, but I did originally buy myself a $25 headphones that just plugged into the Yeti, and then my mom got me these for Christmas. The keyboard and mouse this year I bought the Razors because of Black Friday, right? Cyber Monday deals or whatever. I basically just took my Christmas money and bought this TV that I have up here now. It's gonna partly be because of streaming. I'm sure I'll put it up there, but for the most part, I just like watching TV. And since I've been streaming, I don't get to watch a lot of TV. So I honestly won't mind having the TV play something, and I'm like, I get to watch TV while I'm doing, like, I'm multitasking.
Bro, I feel that though.
I mean, as I've built like up some people who like to pop in on a daily basis and say what's up, I have no idea how much they're watching me, right? I don't know if they're in passing, if they're sitting there intently watching. I know when I watch somebody, I'm typically engaged. That's when I tell Black when I'm like, hey, I just popped in to say hi. I did it earlier today. I popped in.
Oh, hey, I'm
Remind him
ignoring
what
you.
time. Remind him what you say.
Oh, hey, you're ignoring me.
Yeah, exactly. But I pop in, I say what's up, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna dip. You know, I make that person aware that I'm no longer intently watching, because when I'm chatting, even once, I'm watching the rest of that time. Like last night, I was watching Bryce for about an hour, half hour to an hour after I raided. And I
Did
would,
you come over with that raid?
what's that?
I think you actually come over with his raid.
Probably afterwards. You were still live when I went down, but I raided you the night before.
Yeah.
So, you get the, 2 people left in my chat. He got the 5, Well, it's funny because I invited him to play and he didn't accept my invite because I think he was playing arenas or he didn't even see it. And I'm like, you know what? It's a good sign. I need to go to bed. And I rated him. But then I sat there and I sit there and I watch. But I'm like intently watching, right?
Yeah.
And I'm at that point of, I don't know if the 2, 3, 5 people who are watching are intently watching, but I treat it like they are, right? I
Which is
treat it
good.
like they are. And because of that, I have like pretty much said, okay, well, I'm going to start streaming. I don't like, they're going to be there. They want to watch a couple of these kids come in every single day. I'm like, I want to stream because I am their TV, maybe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I might sit down and watch a movie, but hey, I'm their movie, so let me go be their movie.
That's a
I
good
like it.
feeling.
So now I put
Yeah.
the TV up there, so now I can watch my movie and be somebody else's movie all at the same time. I just gotta watch getting like in trouble for that camera picking that up. What's that?
My fourth monitor is where okay, so I don't have my view counter on. But I always have my chat up, so I always see who's in my chat.
Hmm.
And like I could take the time and count it, but I just don't care enough. But um I always know who's in my chat, so when my chat's dry, I'm like, "Hey, I see you lurking." And then like I can normally determine who's lurking the most, or like just today, I knew Justin was in my chat. And I was like, "Hey, Justin." And he goes, "Hey, I got you in the background. What's up?" And I'm like, because at that time I needed a mod and Ranger was away. So like I don't know. That's what my
That's a
fourth monitor
big
is.
hive, bro. That's a big hive you got over there.
But I mean, yeah, it kind of is.
It does. Hey, anybody hear that?
But that's useful for me. Like that's what I would be doing with your TV because that's what I'm doing with my TV.
Yeah.
You know, that monitor is for my stream stats. That's where I see who's in my chat, what's being said. You know, that's where I see all my moderation tools in case my Streamlabs miss something. like stuff like that. And
Yeah, who knows?
that's huge
The
for
other
me.
day, you don't know this because I tried to call you on Discord.
No,
You know,
I seen a missed call from you.
I was super excited. I was super excited, to show you because just to be clear, it's not hooked up to my PC yet. I don't have a cord for it, and I'm setting my PC in, so I'm not hooking everything up. I was excited to show you that I was watching you on a 32-inch TV, full screen.
I seen that missed call after the fact,
Uh-huh.
but you come in my chat afterwards and told me you had your TV up.
Yeah, because you didn't answer the call where I could show you that I was watching you on a 32-inch
playing the
TV, bro.
game.
You were dying in a gulag somewhere.
Oh yeah, that's normal. Actually, it is. So I can't even complain.
But all right, so I mean I don't want to drag on. That's my biggest self-awareness as far as these go. I talked to Black of like where these should kind of drag on versus where they end. I'm really bad about that.
Yeah, it's
Based
getting
on the fact
right now.
based on the fact that I am cutting out that whole story about my wife. To be honest, I'm going to do it.
Come on,
I have to, bro. I have to.
Why?
Whatever. I don't even care.
I'll trim it. We'll see. I definitely have to cut out where
Hey, Justin,
the
I see
internet
you
guy
lurking.
lost his internet.
Hey Justin, I see you lurking.
Oh my God,
Make
he's not
sure
talking
we
to
get
his
the
chat,
proper
dude.
highlight and actually get that part of Caesar talking
Oh
to
my
his wife.
God,
Thank
you
you.
guys are silly. But what we're gonna take away, and Dustin, I appreciate you coming with something in mind, even though we
Yeah.
didn't have to touch on it much, because I honestly don't think it needs a lot of explaining. To enjoy what you do. I don't know if that frames how you would say it, but I think that works for a YouTube thumbnail, sizing
I like
wise.
it.
Enjoy
I
what
like
you
it.
do. And I
like
think that's a really good lesson for people to learn. So, Black, if you ever stop enjoying what you do, you make sure you send those consistent 30 viewers over to Nice Guy Gaming. Because, Dustin, have you started backup streaming yet? Or are you getting
Not
ready
back
for it?
up. I gotta paint and do a couple more things.
So are you a YouTube or Twitch streamer?
Or Facebook?
So when I was back streaming, I streamed to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Mixer, which tells you how long ago I was streaming.
It's not that long.
No. I mean, it's been a good year or so, but when I start back up, I'm mainly going to be focusing on Twitch.
So I'm
Mainly
assuming
because-
were you affiliated then or no?
No.
So I'm assuming, I was going to say, because that's what this account is, right? So we can stream to Facebook at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were simultaneously streaming or whatnot.
Yeah, I paid for this. I don't remember what it was called. It was a service that would, because you weren't able to stream to multiple, so it was a service that you would put in all your accounts and you were able to
Restream.io?
do what?
Restream.
Was it Restream?
No, it was
I paid for
Mixer. It wasn't Mixer.
Because when I started out, I was doing the same thing as you. See which one popped out first, and it was actually Facebook.
Well,
that
Black,
was
you
pretty
know
much,
what we're gonna do as soon as he's back to streaming. We're gonna hit him with those 3 viewers. He'll be affiliated within like a week.
Bro, I love to raid people.
Well, it's not
I do
even
it every
that. I'm saying like all I have to do is pull, like, he's live. I just have him up. It only takes 3 people. It's the easiest thing in the world to get affiliated if you just have the right people. Like at this point, I'm amazed, but like now I'm at that place where I would easily have gotten affiliated. But at the very beginning, like I was hitting up my friends to say, hey, just pull this up in the background,
Yeah. That's pretty much where I stopped at. I mean, at the last stream, I think I had a consistent like 7 or 8 people in there at all times, but
it's fun. It's fun when you get that, right? Because without it, you're basically, I mean, I enjoy it either way, but it's fun. What do you say?
I said, I agree, Sure Shot. She said, I love helping people.
Oh, yeah.
But I am very guilty of not lurking. But like, if you tell me to lurk, I'll lurk.
Yeah.
Like, you have to tell me and send me a link so that it's easy for me to click it. And
or
then
get a mod to do it.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, it's truth. But
so it was called Mob Crush.
Mob Crush.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not.
Mob Crush actually goes to TikTok.
Does it really?
Yes. I was
So
just looking at Mob Crush.
what color are you painting the room, Dustin?
So it's gonna be
I'm
black.
trimming a lot of this, so now I'm just like an interested phase.
So it's gonna be black, and then we're doing in the whole house. We're doing accent walls.
Okay.
So my kids picked out like my son picked out like an aqua teal. So
Oh,
we'll do a
Mm.
really dark aqua teal and then a really light on the other three walls. This room's gonna be black, and then it's gonna have my pink and blue
oh, dude.
theme throughout it. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
Dude, you gotta do a reveal like I did, except maybe make sure it's finished before. Don't set like a hard date. Wait until it's done and then set it up. Not
Yeah,
like me.
yeah, definitely want to.
What's going on here?
I don't know, Caesar. What's up?
I have no idea.
Me
Time is
either.
up. Is time up? Is that like a clock and
I
you
don't
saying
know. I
time's
just
up?
seen it. I didn't even know it was sitting there until I looked at the camera.
Um, that'll be fun, Dustin. When you're
Yeah,
back on that, that'll be cool.
yeah, I can't wait.
I don't know if I would at this point. It's like a second nature. Like I might play a little bit of video games after this without streaming for the first time in who knows how long.
Oh, that's weird.
Right?
I can't
Right?
do it. Mm. I tried playing multiplayer the other day and leveling up trying to unlock the growl because it's the only gun I haven't unlocked in Warzone. I played like 3 rounds and I was done because like my attention span is not there. Like I don't even like playing video games unless I'm live. I just it
I
my theory is if I'm gonna play a game, I might as well be live.
You hear that, chat? Black plays video games for the content, not because he's skillful. Okay.
True,
Well,
I
I think that's
would
probably
agree to
why
that
you were
stat.
bored is you've had to train yourself to, you know, stay engaged
Oh
in the
yeah,
game and chat and, check how your computer's doing and all kinds of crazy stuff. And then
dude,
when
and
it's
I find myself
just
looking towards chat when I'm not live. Like
yeah,
it's just instinct to look left.
second nature. Yep.
Like I die, look left,
Yep.
back. I die,
Yep.
look left. And when I have nothing to look at, I'm almost like
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's interesting,
Yeah.
but you know,
I
gaming is
don't.
gaming.
I'm lost. And
Well,
I tried playing a prelude to the game the other day, Spell Break. Like I'm trying to get into other games other than what I'm playing.
you know what's hilarious? I was talking whoever I was
I can do
playing.
it.
You literally went through a span. Dustin, was I playing
Yeah,
with you?
you were
Yeah.
with me. Yeah.
I,
Every like end of a match, he'd be like, "Oh my god, he's playing CS:GO.
yeah,
Oh my god."
you literally went through about 5 to 10 different games
Yeah.
during your stream of me playing one. It was
Yep.
like
Oh, I do it all the time.
no, this is the first time I've ever seen you. You literally went from probably Fortnite to a Call of Duty to Valorant. You were playing Valorant, then you were playing
This was last night
CS:GO.
or the night before.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were
I
playing
do it
all
all
these.
the time.
If you guys ever like, I don't want to promote anybody or anything like
You can
No,
that.
that
promote
dude, go away.
you can promote as
Uh,
much as you want.
I think his name's Tedesco on Twitch. He plays random games. Like that's his whole Twitch is playing random games. So if you ever need a game to pick up, he'll give you his honest opinion on it and stuff like that.
I do this thing on stream all the time. I'm like, let's play the lowest rated game on Steam.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
I did it for the 4th time the other day, and I had so much fun playing shitty games. I had so
That's
much fun, and
I
chat
bet.
was loving it. And they were sending me games to try, and I tried them, and I actually fell in love with the one, and it's called Bomb Bots Arena. And I was having the stupid amount of fun, and I was dead half the time. I didn't even care, but I was having fun.
What's it called? Bots?
Bomb Bots Arena, and it's free on Steam. It's literally just like Minesweeper.
bomb bots are oh my god.
It was fun. And then I ended up getting so far in the game that it allowed me to play comp. I was like, what?
You're probably the top 1% in that. Played it for 5 minutes.
It
Yeah.
was fun though. Like I mean, it was just a different pace. You're literally just walking around trying to be the last one to survive. And you have to open up these blocks while the zone comes in on you. But you have to be the center of the zone. And you have to clear a path to the center of the zone.
I think that's why I play so many games, is because I like C's touched on it. You know, we're entertainers.
Oh
So
yeah.
I don't want to get like in a funk, I guess, of, you know, just playing Call of Duty or just playing Guitar Hero or one of those.
My chat was asking me the other day. They want me to do just chatting for like a while, and I'm like,
Just chatting streamer though.
like I can do it, but it's tough to do just chatting when there's lag between different comments, and everybody knows like who comes in my
That makes
chat.
sense.
You're trying to have a conversation, then you have to wait, for a response, and it's tough. But everybody knows who watches my stream. I get super focused in my game, but once I get off of that focus and I get back to chat, I don't leave anything. Like I literally scroll my chat window to make sure, oh, I hit that one, hit that one, hit that one. I literally read every single one. Yeah, Black, you
Yeah.
don't know anything about that.
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't.
Like
My
you don't
chat-
understand. I'm in your chat and I'm like, yo, chat,
can
slow down.
see-
He's not gonna see my chat. Slow down, bro. Don't
Right
add
now,
anything. He's not
I
gonna
can
read
see the
mine.
last 50 chats.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. But like I have my text super small, but like I'm fine. It's perfect for as close as it is. I can see the last 50 chats. If
Mhm.
you're not in there, that's not my fault. I'm sorry.
It's not,
but,
it's
like,
everybody else's.
no, like in time, they do. Like they will slow down. When they notice that like I'm not catching every comment, they slow down. And then when I'm catching every comment, they speed up. But my chat knows that.
Yeah. All I'm hearing is you're reaching big streamer mode. You know what I mean? Where the only people who get their chat read are the people who write the donos. You know? I watch Tim the Tap Man. I only hear him read it out if you write a dono. You know?
Dono wall.
Yeah. It's like, oh, there's a dono. Let me read that guy. Meanwhile, there's a lot of good content I was reading in there from the peasants who were just following. You know?
I mean, I can't deny that a bit message gets read faster. I can't deny that a
Well,
dono message,
I
but like I can't.
I mean, for me, a bit message, it's not necessary that it reads faster for me, right? It just gets my attention because I have an alert going off in my
Yeah,
head, right?
it breaks.
I was
focus.
just gonna say that, yeah.
But I still, if the alert isn't the first, like the last one, I'll go, like I said, I have a good memory. I can usually remember whether I read something or not. I might read it again and then realize, oh, I already read that. But Black, it's okay. We all understand. You got into a level that, you just
But I
can't
don't
keep
think
up
I've hit
anymore.
that level.
Maybe we should get Ranger on the mic so every time like he can just get in a Discord call with you and he's already monitoring chat, so now he can be your voice to chat.
Okay, so like when
And
I
he
play with
can
people, that happens.
No, I know. Vibe reads your chat and tells you what they say. I know.
Yeah, Ranger does the same thing. So does Hardcore. So does Sylvan. Like all them people that I play with regularly, they read my chat far more than me. And that's my bad. But like
Oh
sometimes
no,
when I'm
no.
playing, like my focus is forward. And that's I what do you want me to do?
Listen, this all stems back to my chair isn't good enough for you. So you know what?
Neither is your boom arm.
Neither is my boom arm. So you know what? Your chat awareness. You need to be more interactive with your chat.
So what we're taking away from this is I don't start my stream until I upgrade.
Your boom arm? Yeah, because you already have the chair, just your boom arm.
Yeah, Amazon Basics.
Yeah.
I got you.
What's
Somewhere. I don't know.
What's interesting about it though, just for a sec to like touch on that, is I do Black. I when your chat is moving, when my chat moves, it's hard. And slow mode is not slow. It slows down the chat. It slows down individual people, right? So individual
Yes.
people can't spam it. So that's like a misunderstanding I originally had of it, right? I thought it was all chat would slow down.
No.
I am interested, if I ever am lucky enough to get to a place where there's 20, 30, whatever people in my chat and consistently like talking. I'm interested to see how I do. Because like, I commend myself on wanting the long conversation, right? I have run-on like I'm the person who wants to read through, but I take those breaks.
But like,
I'm in the game, I can't. But
yeah,
afterwards,
but like that's the thing. Like like I said earlier, my chat knows when I'm focused on chat versus game. They know. Like I literally look over sometimes when I'm dead and it hasn't moved an inch.
hey,
And then I die, like,
hey,
and it speeds back up.
you're my movie, okay? You're my actor. And if I say something, I want you to read what I'm saying, okay?
Did I tell you I'm looking into making a Discord movie?
Yeah, I saw it. You want scary movie people.
I do.
I don't know what that means, though, to be honest.
So, like, I was watching a couple movies the other day because, like, that's what I do when I watch the kids is I just watch movies. And there was like 5 movies about like Zoom
kids are your
horror
movie.
movies.
Just kidding.
I was like, bro, I could do way better.
Are you gonna use the internet's internet going down as like a horror?
I would like all
You
of
know
it.
they made these movies, right? It's like Unfriended or what are those ones? Like it's like all
Like,
webcams.
yeah. So there is this one I just watched on Amazon. What the fuck was it called? It was so good. I think it was called Disconnected.
Yeah, something. There were a couple of them, yeah.
But like, I was like, why can't I make that? Just like as for content and a way to engage the community to be like, hey, I want to get 100 people in a call and make a movie. Like,
Do you understand what 100 people in a call is? You've
do you
played
understand
Among Us,
the amount
right?
of
You've played
mods
Among Us. I'm not gonna give you that.
there's a difference.
I'm not gonna give you that.
Like, I have the people that can, what delegate is the word, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give
Like,
you that.
so I have the people that could like monitor that and like, organize it and
What would you call those people?
structure it.
What would you call
Mods,
those people?
helpers, they're amazing.
Helper what?
Not bees. Okay, so like this one's exclusive to Ranger. It's just a little minion.
That's worse in my opinion. That is
Yeah,
worse.
I agree.
Like that is I'm sorry, but
Yeah, but
Ranger, if you're still listening, which you might not be in Dadco, but you're probably listening in Blacks, I'm just gonna tell you right now, you can come to me any day, okay? I'll take you, and you will never be called a minion ever, okay?
Yeah, but the thing is Ranger is devious.
You might
and,
be
like,
called
it scares me.
a bee, but never a minion.
Yeah, but the thing is Ranger would take that minion to a whole nother level. Like,
Listen.
I'm not talking about the minions that you see in Despicable Me. I'm talking
you're
about
not.
the minions you see
Listen.
with
Okay,
fucking
there's a
Hunchback
board
of
game.
Notre
All right,
Dame,
there's a
bro.
board game. If you're into video games, maybe you're into board games. All right, my team at work is into good board games. We came across this board game. It's a deception game. I love Among Us because it's deception, right? Werewolf. All right, it's called Werewolf. One Night Ultimate Werewolf. There's a series of them. You can get different ones. One of the series, the objective is you're either a werewolf or you're a villager. But the problem is your card gets switched during the night phase when everybody's eyes are closed. So you don't know, did I wake up a werewolf? Did I wake up a villager? One of those characters in that game is a minion. The role of the minion is to die on behalf of the werewolf. If the minion dies, the werewolves still win. You lost one of your own, but you still win, right?
Greater good clause.
I'm just saying, Ranger, you will never be a minion in the Empire, okay? You will never be a minion.
I mean, that's why you get away with the shit you get away with in my chat. I've never had anyone disgrace my chat more than Ranger and get away with it.
Yoshi and Ranger have gotten into it before, and you let them both get away with it.
No, Yoshi, I check him so fast, and then he's like, he's done.
Well, here's The
you'll
reason
see-
I refer to worker bee, so just to level set, I don't think there's anything wrong with being called a worker bee personally,
Yeah,
because
but I'm not.
when you think of a hive,
Am I?
that queen is not surviving without the worker bees.
No, and
Yeah.
I make that clear all the time.
But that's why when I say worker bee, it's not an insult. It's not derogatory. It's not like Black
It's a
would not be
term
what
of
he
endearment.
exactly. Black would not be where he is without that.
No, and
Yeah.
I agree to that. Invader, Keys, all them guys I started with, I would not be as big as I am right now if it was not for that support I had while I was growing. That is fact. And I will admit that till the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
But
it's
I-
fact.
Yeah.
And now
I'm just
power-
justifying what I said. Now your minion comment, sorry.
It's just Ranger. I said exclusive to Ranger.
Well, you're basically saying Ranger's the least worthy of them all because he got
No.
tagged with minion.
Ranger
You hear
almost
that,
has
Ranger?
power
You hear that,
over
Ranger?
everybody.
You hear that? Yeah. Yeah. That's just to make him feel good. Good minion. Good minion.
Banana.
Banana. Yeah. Banana. Kevin?
Yeah, right.
Oh my
Dude.
god. I have that movie over here somewhere.
I have all 3 on Amazon. I even have like the Minion miniseries. Yes.
Minions.
Yeah.
Ranger, you know I love you, bro. It comes from a place of love.
Toxic.
Toxic
See,
love.
but right
It's a
there,
toxic
like
relationship.
That's Ranger. Like
Yeah.
all
It kind of
caps,
is. It kind of is. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of is.
like I love the kid to death. He's awesome and he's been nothing but support. But when Ranger first become an admin, it was not an easy thing. I was messaging him constantly. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. And then one day he messages me and he's like, because of you, I feel like I have become a better moderator and streamer. And I was like, bro, I don't know what I did. All I did was tell you how I run things. Like
I give
this is
out.
what
I give out mods in my chat. Like it's. I don't even know.
I do not. I actually have a forum.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. What's a good analogy for it? I don't even
Candy
know.
out of a white van.
No.
Just
No. Because like that has some intent behind it.
Yeah.
I'm gaining nothing out of the mods that I have. I can openly say that. Other than Chaos Chase and Ari, who aren't really there all the time, but when they are, they will get the follow bot messages and they'll delete them, right?
What people need to understand is when you give someone moderation privileges to your channel, you are handing the keys to the kingdom. Because if I'm offline and someone decides to be a dick and change my stream title to something stupid, that reflects on me.
What, an
That's why
old one you mean? An old
No.
stream?
No, I don't have to be live for them to change my stream title.
Oh,
So
like
if
in
Ranger
the
wants to be a
you know, on
douchebag-
the dead set. Yeah, okay.
yeah. So
Yeah,
if
I mean,
Ranger
I
wants to
don't.
be a
I don't
douchebag,
think my mods know how to do it. I
throw
really
it
don't.
in and
Those are the
change
mods
my
I have.
title to fucking Ranger sucks donkey dick. But
Well,
like
you just
he
said it. I'm reporting you right now. Where's Danny?
I don't think. I don't want to quote Danny, but I remember him talking. I think it was in his stream, and they were talking about the whole. Remember how? Who was it that came into your chat the other day and told you that whole drama about people
It's
saying
Cowboy. He was
N-words?
here earlier. I don't know if he still is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a direct reflection of you.
So that's what Danny was saying. Was it's on the streamer.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's up to them to put a stop to it. It's up to them to either kick the person or
Yeah.
say something, hey, that's not acceptable, or so that I get that is
And-
a direct reflection of you.
It is. And that's why the people that are in my channel with mod privileges, they have earned that right to reflect me. And
They need
that's
to be
scary for me. That's scary. This is my job. This isn't me streaming on the weekends anymore.
You hear that, Ranger?
I
You
have
better
to
ask
work.
ask Black to be nice, Ranger, because you
So
have the
in
keys to the
terms-
Ferrari.
You said it was your job, so you would be the CEO. That would make Ranger a manager or a supervisor,
Correct.
not a
Or in
worker
the
bee.
hive, Black would be the queen bee and
True, true, true.
Ranger might be a worker bee, you could say. The
Yeah,
head
like,
worker bee, maybe? I don't know.
instilled in him. Just like Yoshi.
I give them out like nobody's business. Most of the time, it's because my mods just want it for feel good purposes, but don't really know what to do with it, right?
And like, I know for a fact that I have 5 or 6 people that have my stream up 24/7. And those people message me when stuff changes. Like I had Flippy message me the other day and tell him my stream title went blank. He doesn't know why. So I went into my, log because you can see all the title changes in your stream and see who does it. I know that Yoshi cleared my stream title because it had something that was like weird. It showed up some weird character and he didn't know what it was, so he just cleared it. It was fucking 3 a.m. in the morning. Thank you, Yoshi. You're awesome. You know? But it was a glitch in Twitch's system. They actually sent out an email to all their affiliates and was like, hey, we had a glitch in the system or whatever they said. And was like, it put all
I
Chinese
must have not got that email.
You didn't
and
get the
No, my mods didn't forward it to me.
it was like 6 or 7 months ago. But like Yoshi caught that at 3 a.m. in the morning and he cleared it. And it was like, that is
These
the
kids
that
need
is
to
the
get
trust.
these kids need to get some time to themselves. They need to get some time to themselves. Yoshi, if you're out there, go get some time to yourself, man. 3 a.m.'s a little too. He's on the East Coast. 3 a.m.'s a little too late to be clearing Black's
And
title
again,
while he's offline.
I'm gonna say most of my mods that are
Even if
in
he
the
is your dad.
most of the mods that are in the US have my personal phone number. Like, and that's just something that comes along with it because I need to know when something's going south. And that's important to me. And they know that. That's why having mod in my Twitch is important to me. It may not be important to others, but it's very important to me.
Dustin, are you taking applications for your
Sure, as soon
mods?
as I get it up and running, it'll be like seeds. I mean,
He's taking
it'll be a black
applications.
man, but it's same, same.
Yeah, I take care of all my changes,
Yeah.
Well,
Queen gets his own Queen
with the
gets her
community.
own honey, you know?
I have been blessed with a community and I thank them every day and every chance I get. So I
It's
love
a
them.
great,
It is.
And I like to think it is.
definitely
is.
is.
100%. Well, guys, this was awesome. We kind of could go on and on and on and on. And I honestly, at this point, sign up is not very deep. So it'll be nice to revisit the people who want to be back on and talk more about anything because I love shooting the shit.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I think I love shooting the shit more than gaming. I don't know if you
I
two
could
can
see
say that. I don't know if you two can say that, but like I think this is my night right now. I could do this every single day about whatever you guys want to talk about.
I could see that.
You want to talk about what cartoons you watched as a grown up? What's your favorite Ninja Turtle episode, right? While
I
Black's
like
just
it.
over here talking to his chat.
Well, I asked them to post another Discord link. So if Bitsy wanted to sign up or Sure Shot did,
Yeah,
Rangers find that.
you got to do exclamation point sign up in my chat. Just do exclamation point sign up because that not only gives you the invite. Thanks, Dustin's doing it. Look, Dustin's trying out for mod for some reason. I don't know why. You know, if you hit sign up, that's not only going to join the Discord, but also take you to where you need to be to sign up, right?
Right.
Which is why I created that one.
See, Dustin VIP in my chat.
I think I need to. I think
A lot of points.
Yeah, it's a lot of points. It was.
I think it'd be fun to just talk to people about stuff. Like I'd
I
be
love it.
fascinated.
Just chat.
Dustin and I were talking about woodworking and stuff like that. Like I would be down to just have like conversations with people and not game. Like
I
find
do
out
love-
what they're interested in and find out like what they like or don't like.
If I could get subs this way, this is all I would do. I love this.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting about it is I feel like there there should be a market for it, right? There should be a market for people who just want to hear other people chat about different things. Like my ultimate goal of this segment, and we're kind of getting through like first round of signups and getting to know people. As we get a little bit, and I don't want these to be like 4 hours, 5 hours long, but as we get to know people, now we're not building up rapport, right? Like we know Dustin already, but we don't know him as well as he's went into detail tonight. But eventually, it would be like, oh, what's the latest thing you built, Dustin? Right? And then that is what people are talking about. And it's like, hey, I built this. Well, how did you build it? Right? And then now, there it is. Dude, that's dope.
So I love snakes.
I mean, that's not dope, but that's not dope. But yeah, I have the same reaction.
So that's a 5 foot by 2 foot cage. All hand built.
You can keep your fucking snakes in Texas.
Yeah, you know what? What's interesting about that is that's the one thing I don't think I'd trust myself to build. I don't want to be responsible for that snake getting out. Okay.
I feel that.
I'm the same way as Black. It doesn't matter big or small. They creep me out.
Nope. I killed a
So
gardener.
next time I'll have it all
It was like this big.
I can't do it, man. Is that going to be in your stream room?
No, they're out in the garage.
Could you imagine that thing sitting in the back though?
Yeah, people would love it.
So that particular one, when it's fully grown, will be 20 foot long.
What do you do with it before it gets 20 foot?
What do you mean?
Are you going to keep it there when it's 20 foot?
Oh yeah. I actually
It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Future plans and stuff. I eventually want to leave my kids I don't want to call it a zoo. I want it to be a education center, and cover all kinds of animals of different continents and stuff like that.
Is your name Joe? Is your name Joe?
It might be. We'll see.
Oh man.
Well,
oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't. Ugh. Spiders, depends on how big the spider. Tiny spiders I have no problem with. Like the bigger, like a tarantula, no way. The people who let tarantulas like crawl on them, like when you think of fear factor in those type of shows, right? Like a lot of that I feel like, yeah, I could do, get through the adrenaline rush. Those things of jumping in like a container with rats or snakes or lizards, spiders, I don't think I could do it.
I gotcha.
Like when I find a tick on me, right? I live in PA. Like I've had ticks being in the woods and things like that. When I find a tick on me, like I don't notice it first. Like it's like kind of crawling. But then when I finally figure out what it is, I like freak out and flip it so fast. And it's the tiniest little thing, right?
I can't do insects and spiders, but snakes.
But a giant python that can crush you whole, you're okay with that, huh?
Yep.
I just think anaconda, man. And
it's like, actually, I got I knew I wanted a snake. I did a whole bunch of research on it, and I got a red-tailed boa to begin with. They get, fully grown, they get like 12 foot. I mean, I bought like a 1.5 foot red-tailed boa. And
did you say boa? Like, like
constrictor?
Did they made a movie about?
Yeah.
They're like 8 million people? No, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's where he's going.
Yeah. But I mean, I just
Texas.
Like they're very intelligent. And it blew my mind how intelligent and how much like a, common dog or cat they were. So
I just don't. I can't. It's not even, I can't get into it.
You want to fuck my day up? Throw a snake on my lap. I'm done. Work day over. I'm going to bed and crying.
It's crazy because I mean there are a lot of people like Dustin who like enjoy, like would hold, have it wrap around them, like all that kind of stuff that enjoy, and it's like I don't have that. I don't like. A baby
I
tiger cub or something like that? I think, yeah. You know, not to get into
I
Joe
think
Exotic too
it's
far, but like, yeah,
yeah,
that'd
yeah.
be interesting.
I
Snake
think
is
it's
wild out of
that's
that.
why I want it to be an education center though, because I think a lot of it's you were grown up with that's bad. I mean, when
No,
I
I'm
first
afraid.
No, bro, my
I'm
my dad,
afraid.
mom fucking wrestle snake all day.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not even that. It's I'm afraid. I don't think it's like that's bad. It's I'm afraid because that thing has a mind of its own and it's gonna hurt.
Its
if you
natural instinct is to grab and constrict, bro.
okay, if you ever want to change your mind, Nerd Reptile Facility in New England.
Burn
He
it
gets
down? Sounds great.
no, he gets it in like the mindset of the snake. He can tell like tongue flicks and all kinds of crazy things, what
Oh,
they're feeling, and
okay.
Fuck
Here's the thing. Can he
wife.
talk to my cat?
Yeah.
Can
he
he
may
talk to
be
my
able
cat?
to. I don't
Because I'm
know.
telling you right now, my cat depends on her mood. You don't know whether she's coming at you or she wants to like let you pet her, okay?
Yep. Well, true. Like he gets bit all the time, but
Oh, that's not
Not normal.
that's, that's exactly the problem, bro.
but it is crazy. Like you start to see like
Listen, you take the teeth out of that snake, I'll play with it all day. It's just a fucking giant worm. Okay?
the bites don't hurt that bad.
This guy's a man for pain. That's what
There's
I'm
no
getting out of
100
this.
feet in a boa constrictor, bro. Fuck that.
Like, I don't think he understands. I don't want anything to do with the giant snake, right? The boa constrictor, the python, the anaconda, you know, those. I don't want anything to do with those because they don't even need the teeth, right?
Dude, I don't even have my feet
They're
on
gonna
the
hold
ground.
on to you with the teeth, but after that, they're just wrapping you up. But the little snakes, you take the teeth out of just a giant worm, okay, I can deal with that.
Dude, I don't even want my feet on the ground. I don't
Honestly,
like
snake scales creep me out. Just the scales creep me out.
I don't know.
I
I don't know
mean,
what to
actually the scales are
Scales.
not much different than what are on a fish. I'm not even kidding you. At least my personal experience of from what I felt on snakes is not any different than like a bluegill.
I guess I'm just talking about like it's shedded. That's what I'm
Honestly,
talking
it's
about.
not that much different than normal human skin.
Like a dead skin. I get it.
We shed our
How
skin.
dare you compare a snake to a fish? I mean, a fucking human, bro.
I did not. You did.
Yeah,
A
you did
human?
with the skin and the scales. Here's is anybody else like fascinated by like do you get sunburned on purpose so you can peel the skin later? Is
My
that just
wife
a me thing?
peels that shit off like it's a challenge, bro.
Who does? Who
My
does?
wife is creepy,
Oh,
bro.
dude, the bigger the piece, the more success.
I'm like, the fuck?
The
She's like,
bigger
look
the
how big
piece.
this one is. I'm like, get this shit out of
I
here,
used to have
bro.
my younger brother. I used to be like, "Oh, you got, sunburn? All right, let me see how big of a piece I can get." The best ones for me are when I can get them here, like when my chest is sunburned and I can work all the way down the collarbone, like over my collarbone and stuff. Ooh,
My wife
Can we
loves
just get
doing
into
that.
fetishes? Is that what's happening?
it's fantastic.
Fantastic, he says.
It's honestly of all like the satisfying things, I would say, right? Like you talk about those gel and things like that people put, like the things that are like satisfying to watch. For
Oh, yeah.
me, the most satisfying thing I can do is dead sunburned skin.
I got you.
So that's
Oh, yeah.
where this has brought us to. I'm actually keeping some of this in. I'm trimming some other fat. We're keeping this in.
You're good.
I mean, you're the one that's talking about fetishes, but you don't want to talk about your
What's
weight.
your number one fetish? What's your number one fetish, Black? We'll start with
Mine?
you. Yeah.
Potatoes.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
bro. That's another conversation.
I had to bring that up. So
It's definitely bees, right?
I've almost left me over potato, bro. I don't know, like
So you're
so like weird, like, are we talking like weird fetish or
You
just
have a
like
you have a
sick?
bee fetish, right? You have a bee
Oh,
fetish?
No,
No, let's talk like just in reality of like
just like I don't know.
what is like a weird fetish that's appropriate, right?
I would say
Um,
like my wife's ears.
what's
Like I
that?
just love them. My wife's ears.
Okay.
They're just like itty bitty, and I just like her little earlobe. It just feels so squishy.
I used to, and I kind of still do, play with earlobes when I was a kid.
All the time.
my wife
I
does that.
like I rub my earlobe 24/7, and the chance I get to rub my wife's, I'm like, come here, honey. Give me
It
that
drove
earlobe.
me crazy when we first got married, but now I'm used to it. But
Like I love that. Like it's like a non-sexual fetish, but like I absolutely love rubbing my wife's earlobe, and I have no idea why.
Yeah.
No idea. It doesn't turn me on. It doesn't move the Rockies any, you know? But like I can be very calm rubbing my wife's earlobe. Is that cool? Like do you still accept me as a human being?
Yeah. Only because I did it, when I was younger. And like I said, it didn't matter. Like when I was real young,
Chat, can we
uh,
clip
when I was real young, like my mom's ear, like when you're like a real young kid, it was the
please?
cold earlobe that like
Uh,
kind of was satisfying. But my cats, right? My dogs have floppy ears. Like all of that was always like I feel you. So we can still be friends.
I'm so glad.
Um, what
But like
about
yeah,
Dustin?
I don't know. Uh,
Snakes, it sounds like.
yeah. The peeling of the skin.
I
The
I think cracking of like joints and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
Ooh, yeah. Come
knuckles
here,
and
honey, let me break that leg. Let me break that back. Come here. Sorry, that got a little weird.
yeah. I think my if we're talking about like something like cracking earlobe type deal, I it's gonna have to be peeling for me, 100%.
So, like, are you a zip popper then?
So I'll be honest, my wife gets mad at me a lot, right? But like for me, and I was fortunate enough not to have a lot of acne, right? For me, it's the relief of pressure, right?
Yeah, I
When
get
That
when
that.
makes
I when I get like when I do get a pimple or something like that, it's a lot of pressure. Like I'll get them on my forehead or on the side of my head, or sometimes like lower, or sometimes like on a chest or something. Ingrown hair, like any of those kind of things. I do get satisfaction out of it, but
I get
it's the relief of pressure that I'm really doing it for. Because
yeah.
I can't imagine. Have you seen those videos that are like the giant one that just like they're gross?
Nope.
You don't watch it at all?
No, I've watched them, but I don't understand how it gets to a level that bad. Like,
I know, but it's like it's as gross as it is, right? When I have one that like wants to do something like that, it is very satisfying, but it's more the pressure that hurts, right? But it's like it is very satisfying for that pressure to be relieved, right?
yeah,
I get that.
I think it's funny. My wife goes into like, all the "Would you love me" topics. Like,
Yeah,
I was an
Oh,
amputee. Would you love me? And I always tell her no. Like,
yeah.
and she says that on the pimple popper thing. Like, would you love me if I was? No, shit, no.
okay. I played a
It's a
really
joke.
horrible prank on my wife one day, and I felt super bad, like super bad. So, like, I used to work like heavy construction, so I was around mixers, like pin mixers, like big heavy machinery, like they would mix flash and water, and like you dump it in a truck. So like these pin mixers are like you can fit like 8 bodies in them.
Mm,
And my wife knew that because I would send her Snapchats of it all the time. Like, look at this. This is kind of cool. So I would send her the cleaning pictures of it and stuff, and I would have to lock it out and get it in there and everything. One day I text her and I'm like, hey, I'm on my way to the hospital. And I'm like, it's not good. She goes, what? I was like, it's not good. I was in the pin mixer and someone hit start. I said, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to walk again. Dude, I never felt so bad in my life because the amount of support she threw my way, she's like, "Don't worry, it's gonna be okay. I will get a job. We will be fine." And I'm like, "Oh fuck, this ain't even funny anymore. I'm sorry, I'm lying." And she went, "Fuck you!"
Yeah.
Oh, I felt so bad.
Yeah. You played the hey, are you a shitty human or not? And she proved not.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I was hoping it went
And
the other way.
you were the shitty human for lying about
I
it.
I felt so bad.
So let me ask you guys,
Yo, what's up, man?
have you ever, and maybe this is just a me thing.
Your
It's not a
fetish.
me thing. They make it. What?
You never told us your fetish.
Yeah, I did. I
unless-
said peeling skin.
Oh,
I said peeling dead skin.
what was Dustin's?
Dustin's with
Popping.
pop.
Oh,
The joints. The joints. What I was going to ask you though, because we've talked a little bit about zits and whatnot. Have you? And I know other people get it because they literally make the thing for it. Have you guys ever noticed or had the problem where you notice your nose pores are really like backed up?
all
Like
the
the
time.
pores in your nose have like really backed up stuff.
All the time.
So they make like the Bior strips, right? They're like a woman on the box, right? Whatever, because that's what they expect. Like that's who they market towards, who's doing it. I'll be honest with you. Aside from like, because this doesn't give me scars like pimple popping does, like if you scratch a pimple or anything like that. If you ever push at those pores, you can get a lot out of them.
No,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't.
So you guys have done it.
All the time.
Well, I haven't done the
be
strips,
honest?
but
Yeah,
No, have you pushed stuff out of your pores just by like scraping at your nose?
yeah.
all the time.
Okay, I didn't know if I was alone in that boat.
No,
I
can
will
do it
be
right.
honest with you. If we're talking like, I don't know, fetishes that are just things that you can engulf yourself into. Like my sink is like a normal counter sink where it's on a cabinet. I will get up on that sink and sit on the sink so I'm close to the mirror so I can like sit there and I'll be there for like till my legs are dead because I'm sitting there uncomfortably and I get down and I can't walk because I sat there just like pushing everything out.
You are not alone.
Okay.
You are not alone.
I don't know if I've
Next to my
gone
guy
into
and
the
I do the same thing.
Well, so I used to do it like at a gym I was at, like a small, it was like not the LA Fitness, but like a small, not a lot of people gym, and they have the full ground to ceiling mirrors, and then you can walk right up to them, right? But
Yeah.
none of my mirrors are like that in my house. You kind of have to be to get close enough. But yeah, I'm in there and I'm like looking at it, I'm like trying to squeeze everything out.
So can I be honest with some judgment right now?
I mean, I just went out on a limb hoping, but luckily you guys can't
Okay.
judge me if you did it.
So after I got the DSLR and I turned it on for the first time, I
Okay,
was
this is
like,
a little weird. It's a little weird.
uh-oh. You can see every imperfection in my face.
hmm
So I talked to the wife and I'm like, what can I do to make my face look a little better
You're
and
wearing
not as
makeup now.
and I'm not talking. And like, what can I do
You're
to make
wearing
my
makeup
face
now.
not look so shiny?
You're wearing
And she
makeup
goes,
now.
"You can do this." So I do a face mask 20 minutes before I stream every day so that my face isn't shiny. I do a
face
face
mask.
mask. No, like full face mask with the fucking mud and everything. And then like there's this stuff she uses to dry out the pores or whatever in my face so that I don't get that oily complexion or whatever. And most streams, sometimes it carries over the next day, but for the most part, I have to do that almost every day now because my face has like this shine because I just naturally have oily skin, I guess. And I have to do it every day. And if I don't, my face is so shiny, it just looks white. Like my forehead right now, like that's how white my entire face would be. Like it's bad.
There's no
I
judgment. There's a lot of work that goes into that.
It is,
Yeah.
and it sucks. But like, in order for me to look good on camera, I have to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
And it sucks. I hate it.
artists have to do that too. So
Let me ask you a question. Are you looking good for yourself or for someone else?
Everyone else. I give a fuck less what I look like, but I don't want to look like an idiot in front of everyone.
yeah,
I mean,
Because also too,
you
like,
failed at that, Black.
yeah, no shit. But
You literally pick your nose on stream daily. Okay.
I don't care about that though. Like that's never bothered me. That's content in itself. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it is.
So
Literally,
is your
that's content.
so is your shiny
You know what I mean?
ghost white skin tone. You know.
Yeah, but when I go to, when I actually get a good shot or like I have a good round or whatever, and I need to make it a YouTube video or a TikTok or whatever, like that then
You're making
requires
sure that your casting call doesn't get messed up because of your camera picking up too many imperfections, right? For that
right,
next
like
big movie, after this horror film gets made and people start calling you and they're like, "Hey, we need you for this movie. We saw your acting. It was so good, and we need
but like the thing about
we need
TikTok
you
is
on the runway now. We need you on the runway now. You're modeling, wearing this. Let's go."
nice guy. You can at least say TikTok is very judgmental and they will find anything to judge you on.
I can see that. Yeah.
And like I
All right,
don't
you
want
ready for this?
one because I
I
already
don't
hate
need to
myself.
tell you
I hate
this.
being
I don't need to tell you this, but I'm telling the community and people listening. The only thing people are judging when they judge you is themselves.
Oh, I can agree to
That's it.
that.
That's as cliche as you can say.
But it's true.
But the more people understand that, the more quantity of people that understand that, the better off each individual will be. Because
Yeah.
you won't need to take as much time out of your life to do something because of somebody else, right? You won't need to take as much mental strain because you're constantly worrying about what other people think, right?
True.
I'm not saying I'm at all I'm not, like I said it earlier on. I'm not perfect in any of these things. I'm just saying, like, hey, I can analyze where I am at fault of doing the same thing, right? Sure, I wanted to, gel my hair and do this, right? I wanted this to look right, or whatever. But I'm just saying, the sooner people realize that, like, they're going through the same thing and
Yeah.
you don't have, like, the better off we all would be by not having to worry about it. Like, it would be so much better. And that
I agree.
hatred that you would see, like, the fact that, anybody wants to pass hatred on to people, it's just to make themselves feel better, right? That's the number one thing. It's just to make themselves feel better because something is not feeling good for them.
Yep.
So really, when I complain that Black isn't checking chat, it's because I don't have anybody in my chat.
Oh God, Caesar. Yeah.
But that's as what's
hope-
I just saw that. No,
I hope you guys can't hear that.
no, Dustin just chatted in the chat to signify that he's here. He's here for
Yep.
us.
Yeah.
I got you.
y'all.
I feel that.
No, this is great.
I
We
agree.
actually extended way longer than I thought we
Way,
should.
way longer.
But at the same time, anybody who's listening in is still listening for a reason. Anybody who's not will get the nice shortened version on YouTube. So I will trim some fat. I love the banter. It's great.
Yep.
Dustin, you were a great guest because this is great. Like I said, I've been playing with you now for at least a month now. So it's been fun to put some more background behind it. Black, you're always fantastic. Don't let anybody tell you differently.
Nope.
Ranger, he's not treating
Not
you
a
good
B.
enough. He's not treating
Not a
you.
B.
You're no Ranger. You're a 100% a B, bro. You're 100% a B. But that's not an insult. Like I said, you're not a minion. You're not a minion.
You're a great minion.
And
You
guess
fuck
what,
me up
Ranger?
daily, bro. I
Guess
got
what,
you, bro.
Ranger? If you enjoy what you do, then keep doing it.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
All
It was
right, guys. Have a good one.
fantastic. Yeah. Thanks a lot. And we're signing out.